Good evening, good evening, good evening. Soul Brother, hello. Antonio, hello. Hope we're all well. All good in the hood and whatnot. Yeah. Doesn't feel like Sunday, does it? Doesn't feel like Sunday. Because it's bank holiday. Hope everybody's had a good Sunday. Yes, we got new graphics. No, these are new. Tonight is full of new graphics for the first time. It's the premiere of the new graphics. Dun, 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 dun. I'll give a confession to the early viewers. I haven't played anything this week. Very little time for video games this week. I feel you, bro. Played nothing for like 2 weeks, saving myself for the final uni deadline, 29th of May. Yes, it is that time of the year when stuff has to get done. Lewis! Hi, Lewis. Watching on YouTube. Hope we're good. Do 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 do. So I don't know what. This might be a short show. I have no idea. Oh my god, it's all kicking off. Hello.
Hello.
You are live on the internet.
I am live on the internet.
Cool.
Oh, yeah. Ish. So
Yeah.
yeah, how are you? I'm liking the new graphics, man.
Graphics.
Yeah, I couldn't run like that. I'd be fucking knackered by now, breathing heavily and shit.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I wouldn't be good. Telling you now.
No.
Terrible.
Yep.
Ugh. God, I'd be having like some sort of weird heart attack or something going on.
Yep.
It would not be good.
Nope.
No, it wouldn't. So, how are you?
Fine.
You had a good week?
Yeah, not too bad. Busy, busy, busy.
Busy, but always busy.
Always busy.
Busy's good though.
It is.
It is, because like if you're not busy, it means you've got no work, and if you've got no work, that's not good.
Then the bills don't get paid, and then I have to
Nope.
suck a dick.
I guess. Hopefully it doesn't come to that, but you never can tell.
Oh, hopefully it does.
Well, maybe you do want it to come to that. I don't know.
Horses for courses, Stu.
Something like that. So they tell me.
Mm.
Yes, it's been I've had a good week, me. I'm just waiting for Duke. Where the fuck's Duke? Where is he?
Yeah.
Where is he? Where is he? It's not like him to be late. He's usually on time. There's a clock's changed or something, and we just don't know.
I watched a movie.
Oh, what did you watch?
I watched 2 movies at the cinema this week.
Oh, well, we're going to watch a movie at the cinema. Maybe it's one of the movies you've watched.
Okay.
So I'll tell you what we're going to see if it's one of them.
Go on.
We're going to watch John Wick 3.
No, it's not that.
Oh.
I watched Pokemon Detective Kid.
Why on earth would you watch that?
Wasn't my choice. And then the other one was the End of Superheroes game.
What the hell is that even?
Superhero, the movie, End Games.
End
of the Marvel
games.
games.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I need to go and watch that yet, so I don't want to know no spoilers, no nothing.
So
That was a
Ant-Man.
double negative, so that makes
Ant-Man
no
goes up
sense.
Thanos' bottom.
I'm guessing that might be what even happens.
Yeah.
So yes, I don't want to know. Don't want to know.
Well, I'll spoil
Anyway,
this bit for you.
Don't spoil any bits. I don't want no bits spoiled. Where the fuck's
Captain
June?
America is in it.
Is he?
Hmm.
What the fuck?
I know.
It's not like Duke to be like. What's the matter with him? Maybe he's
Dunno.
fallen asleep while he was marking papers, and he's just like lying face first in a pool of drool.
He's not told us that he's going to be late, is he?
No, have a look on. Just check on WhatsApp because I'm not on it. I've not got my phone with me and nothing. So have a quick look. You never know. You know what he's like. Gonna be like taking the dog for a walk or some shit like that.
And then I'll text him.
Oh my god, I can't get that tune out of my fucking head.
So here was John Wick 3. I watched
Not
it.
seen it yet. Not seen it yet.
Oh,
I'm going
sorry.
on on Tuesday evening.
I watched John Wick 2 the other day.
I love John Wick. So good.
I like it how everybody's scared of him.
I know, it's great, isn't it? And he's just so fucking badass. He just shoots shit like some fucking ninja.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks amazing. Anything on the WhatsApp?
Nope.
No? It's a bit weird, isn't it? It's not like, dude, send him a WhatsApp. We go, what the fuck are you? Where are you? Oh, you have you? You have?
I have already. Don't know where else he could be. He's not on Steam, is he? Shall we check Steam?
Fuck it. Let's have a look, because that's where he usually hangs out, doesn't he? He just hides on Steam. Let's have a look. Friends. No, he isn't.
You know
No.
it's bad when he's not on there.
I know, yeah, something might have happened. Who knows? I mean, I'm recording, so we could start.
Oh, here he is.
without
He's
him.
here.
Is
He's
he
here.
here? What is the matter with him? You better have a fucking good excuse. That's what I say.
Don't go too hard on him.
I won't. Here we go.
Just chill
I'm going to
out.
add him. I'm adding him. I know. Oh, shit. I'm not adding him. Just a minute. Let me go to calls. I need to have the current call. That's it. Go to call. Yeah, get you now. I can add him. Add him. Add. There we go. God, why is Skype so complicated for old people like me? Ugh. Duke.
That's a lovely thing to hear when I first sign in. Ugh.
Ugh.
I know, yeah. Where are you? Where have you been? What's the matter with you?
You mean for the past 7 minutes?
7 minutes. Where have you been for the past 7 minutes? What have you been doing?
Where have I been for the past 7 minutes?
Well, you're always early, so it's not like it's not out of character, should I say? That would be the right
It
way
is
to
a
say.
character.
It is.
Okay.
It is.
It's not that big a deal. I'm here now.
It's a good job.
Yeah. I'm ready to do this.
What do you think of the new graphics, by the way? Do you like them?
Oh, I haven't even tuned into the new graphics. Let me pull them up, and I can see.
I look thin, which I like. I like being thin because I'm a bit fat.
Well, you're not as fat as me. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're depicted as fatter, to be fair.
Oh, thank goodness.
That's good. That's good, but although I'm not sure that's true
tell
in
the
real
truth.
life. Who knows?
That's the most important thing. Henry David Thoreau said, "Rather than money, than love, than fame, give me truth."
Your microphone sounded very close to your mouth, Duke. I like it.
Well, that's because I'm not multitasking today. I'm giving this my 100% attention.
Oh my god.
I know. Don't think this is going to be an all the time kind of thing, because I do have to grade papers some days, but not today, because it's Memorial Day tomorrow. So
Alrighty.
I can
Anyway.
be right up next to the listener's ear and say, "Howdy, hello, how you doing?"
Cool.
Can I ask a question? Or
Go ahead, fire
where
away
it's-
with your questions.
Are you two able to swap to Monday next week? Potentially
Okay.
got something on Sunday again.
Let me check the old schedule.
Check the diary.
I think Duke
No, check
Is-
my schedule.
is high, I think.
I think it is. It sounds like I'm smoking pot or something.
So we're talking about the 4th of June.
We are indeedy. A week.
I could do that. It'll have to be at, 10 o'clock.
Yeah, the 10 o'clock time. What about you?
It might be the
Chinny?
4th. It's the 3rd.
Oh, the 3rd. Yes, the 3rd.
Whoops, is it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, it is. My mistake. The 3rd, yes. Okay.
Oh my god, he is high. Yeah, Chinny, are you okay for that? Would that be okay with
That
you?
should be okay with me.
Right, let's do that as long as that's okay. Right, well, that's that sorted out. Shall we get on with the show?
Yes.
I'm ready. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
I'm
Let's do it.
very ready.
Let's start the motherfucking show, bitch. Yeah, let's start the motherfucking show, bitch.
Welcome yo to the veteran gamers. Juju, Jimmy, and the fellas will tell you about every single game that you're playing this week. Stu story time and Chinny's game breakers. Here comes Duke with the soundbite saviors.
Other kids in Springfield are SOBs.
Somebody please take out the children!
I guess you're right. Who cares?
Switch that console off before you have to press repeat, yo.
Hi, this is Bud Gundelach, and welcome again to my show, Something's Happening.
Hello, welcome. Oh my god, that's put me right off. Hello and welcome to episode 490 of the Veteran Gamers podcast.
Yay, 490, and we're coming at you nice and slow. I'm Duke.
I'm Stu.
And I'm Chinny.
I'm
Yay.
sorry. Can I just explain? Can I just explain why I sounded so unprofessional? Because Chinny switched it to some more new graphics, and there's me looking very dazed and confused with a VR headset on, which is pretty realistic, gotta say.
Yeah. So we
have to-
we have some new graphics on the live
I
stream.
love it.
So if you're not watching live, people, you're only getting a third of the picture.
It's true. It's true.
Well, actually, you're getting
While
zero of the picture,
we're
but-
here, I'll run you through some of the new graphics on the live
Wow,
stream,
lovely.
right? And for the
Okay,
audio
take-
listeners, I'll
Take us on a
explain
tour of the screen.
what's going
Yes,
on.
do
So
it.
we have our show's about to start, which is us three running to the show. We're running with popcorn and
Running.
all sorts of stuff. We have the main, which is me with a microphone, which is quite usual. Duke with a controller, which is also quite usual. And then Stu in a VR madness, and he's just...
Yeah, but me with a controller during the podcast, that doesn't make sense. I would never multitask
Yeah.
playing
No,
games
that's-
while we record the show.
That's pretty bang on. I think the next graphic that I'm going to show you, and I apologise for the audio listeners, but it is worth looking at on the live stream. The next
If you're not going
graphic...
to tune in live on the podcast, then screw you, audio listeners. We hate you.
The next graphic I'm going to show you might blow your dick off. So it is the
Oh my
community graphic. So it goes like
Oh,
like.
we're not going to have to wait until the community section to see it?
No. I'm just giving
I
you a
was gonna
tour
show
right
us
now,
preview.
and it's
preview.
just Stu commanding us all to go, and we're all jumping in the
Nice.
background.
I like it. Very
It's,
nice.
it's the best
But
thing about it.
that is not my favourite graphic that we have new.
Oh, is
for
there
you.
another one?
There is one for
Holy
Oh my
shit.
goodness.
for Be Right Back, and it is.
Alright.
It wasn't my idea. It was Jamie's idea, but I'm taking
On the
full
toilet.
full credit. We're on the toilet. Oh my God,
Oh,
you guessed
snap. Did I really say it? And I
Yes.
got it right.
it. There it is. So the Be Right Back is us three in 3 cubicles with Be Right Back
Nice.
on them.
Toilet
Wow.
humor.
I'm
Yeah.
liking it.
Absolutely brilliant.
Okay, so Chinny's obviously on the right.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Who's got the rock star socks?
No, that's
If-
me on the left. Me on the left, and
Yeah, I'm on the
You
right.
Oh, is that Stu on the right?
that's Stu on
Yeah.
the right. Yeah.
Yeah,
so I'm
I've just,
middle
I've
of my
just looked
pink
around
socks,
the
eh?
door very angrily.
I gotcha. Well, that's adorable. These graphics are the dog's bollocks.
They
Yeah.
are just brilliant.
They are
Yeah.
I love
great.
them. It's like we've been South Parked.
But the
Yeah.
only way to get a diamond is by dedication, practice, and doing the that other people are too lazy to do.
Yeah, these graphics are things that other people are not willing to do. Now, I do have a couple of nits to pick.
Yeah.
Oh,
First of all, I'm not totally gray yet. I have a couple of gray hairs, but I look like Gandalf here if he had shaved his head.
Yeah, I don't know why you're grey.
It's fine. I don't care. It's a nitpick. However, the more important problem is the word live is just a little bit bigger than Veteran Gamers Podcast.
That's
and
on
not gonna
purpose.
work.
yeah, I like that. I like that. There's nothing wrong with that.
I
It
did
should
that
be
on
much
purpose.
bigger or it should be the same size. A little bit.
Ugh.
It's driving me crazy.
Okay.
You
Well,
really are splitting hairs now, aren't you?
Or, as the French say, je coupe les cheveux en quatre, which means to cut the hair in 4 pieces.
What I would say
There
is.
we go. Now
Oh my
we're
God,
talking.
that just
I'll
looks
put
weird
it up
now.
against the chat because it looks out of place there.
Yeah, it does. It does. Can I just say, Chinny, what I would say is thank you very much and thank Jamie because I think they're excellent. I have no
pretty
nits
Are
to pick.
excellent. Fantastic. Now let me ask you this, Chinny. You were able to put them up very quickly. Does that mean you have like layouts ready to go as soon as we move into one part of the show or another?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dang.
Chinny's
See, that's
slick.
slick. I don't have that. I just have like stuff I have to constantly move around when I stream.
Well, this is the thing, right? When I'm done with this and they're all set up, I've got a few more tweaks to these. This OBS, I've tied it. OBS. By the way, can we go into story time? Because
Just keep going. Keep going.
Time for story time.
My
So-
favorite time. It's story time. Story time.
it is a little bit inside baseball, but here we go. So OBS is the software that I use to stream. So I use to stream the show, and I also use it to stream snooker and all sorts of stuff. Right? OBS is it, and it's very popular. Everybody uses it. And during the not this week's but last week's Thursday snooker stream, OBS decided to shit itself. Right?
Uh-oh.
And
No.
because it wouldn't talk to my Elgato, which is the card that I use to stream the consoles. It wouldn't work. I restart it. I open it. I do this, do that, and then what happens is, because if you abandon OBS, it's like a room. You know what I mean? It can get messy because you add text and do all sorts of stuff. So one of my tasks to do when I came back from work this week was to fix OBS, and I was like, well, while I'm in here, I might as well add all these fancy new graphics that I've had, and I put them all in, and yeah. But what I can do, my point is, I can export my scene collection and give it to you, Duke.
Ooh.
So you
And now,
next,
will
if
I be able to use it if I'm on a Mac rather than a PC?
I don't know, but we'll find out.
We're gonna find-
But if not, then I can give you all the assets and you can kind of build them yourself anyway.
Sounds like.
Yeah, it does sound like work, but it doesn't matter if it looks completely different. But you'd have more or less the same sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't know. I looked at I always wanted to make the move, and I said to Jamie, "Can you make the move?" And he said, "Yeah." So,
Of course he can. He's so cool, is Jamie.
Don't worry. It cost me real world money to do it.
Did you have to pay him to do this?
I don't let him do it for nothing. I don't.
Oh, you're so cool. You're a cool guy, Chinny. He's a cool guy. Oh. Anyway, fuck that story time. I've got fucking story time.
$600.
Oh my goodness, we each have a story time. How about that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My story time's totally gaming related because fucking my Oculus Quest arrived on day one. I was so happy.
Snap, still
And
got headset.
I was off work. And it arrived at dinner time, which made me very happy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So I'll talk about that more when
So
we talk
Stu
about
stopped
games.
eating and said, "All right, screw you, family. I'm gonna go play this new headset game."
Correct.
Oh yeah.
Which is the right thing to do.
Film you
Which is
on
the right thing.
it and then put it on Twitter.
I did. I twittered it. Twittered it. Yeah, it's very. Yeah, I'll talk about it more when I come to games. So, what's your story time, Duke?
So my story time has to do with a little sound that I sometimes make. I don't know if people realize that occasionally when I'm making a joke, I'll go, "Ike."
Yeah, it's like the Popeye thing.
Well, right. There's a reason for that, and it comes from Mark Lehner's book, The Sugar Frosted Nutsack.
Okay.
And for those who don't know, Mark Lehner is, how to describe him? He is a postmodern novelist who's really, really weird. He's just a weird guy. And the first part of this book, The Sugar Frosted Nutsack, is all about these gods and goddesses who love to mess with humans, including one called XOXO. So here's a passage that has to do with this laughing noise that I make sometimes. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can actually help, this is quote, page 39. You can actually help preserve the integrity of the sugar frosted nutsack. You can help wrest control of the story back from XOXO. When you come upon a patently adventitious phrase, one that can, with a reasonable degree of certainty, be attributed to XOXO, like, quote, pumping her shiksa ass full of hot Jew jizz, end quote, you can ward off the meddlesome mind-fucking god with the rapid staccato chant of Ike, 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 Ike. It should sound like Popeye laughing or like Billy Joel in Moving Out, Anthony's song. So you see, when I'm making that noise, I'm not just being silly. I'm also helping to keep the text of this book, The Sugar Frosted Nutsack, intact and doing my part for the betterment of humanity. So you're welcome, everybody.
So wait a minute. Whoa there a minute, Duke.
Well,
so there's a book called The Sugar Frosted Nutsack. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And there's some sort of quote about jizzing or something.
Oh, there's a lot of quotes about that.
And this is a good thing?
It's a really weird book. He's a master of postmodern literature. I will read you what John Cusack said about this book. It is dizzyingly brilliant. Mark Lehner is a hyperkinetic shaman who flies the banner of rum and candy and writes like a one-eyed feral bandit. His new book is supremely original, delirious, and synapse-shattering.
Wow. I don't know what to say. I mean, Chinny, what do you make of all of this frosted nutsack shit?
I don't understand it.
No, I have no idea.
And if you like that, you should definitely check out his book Et Tu, Babe, because it's simply magnificent.
I
Mwah.
don't understand why these are a good thing. I don't know. I'm not sure. But anyway, we'll take your word for it. But that's not video games. So.
Are you suggesting we move on?
I think we should move on.
I think we should move on because I got loads of things to talk about.
Because I'm being honest, my nutsack is not sugar coated.
Well,
as
maybe
far as I'm aware.
Problem.
I could dip it in some to see what happens, but you know, I don't think it'll make any difference.
Metaphorical and symbolic points here.
Okay, right, roll the dice.
Leave frosting your nutsack with sugar.
Seems a weird thing to do.
You have to see the book.
Yes. Anyway,
No,
roll the dice. Roll the dice.
Oh yeah, right. I'm gonna roll some dice here to figure out who's going first. It's 4, which means it's Chinny.
Go, Chinny.
All right, this will be quick.
Oh God.
Snooker.
Oh God.
Yeah.
So
snooker,
what?
baby.
So just a minute. Let me get this straight. So, like, Minecraft's been thrown to the side because snooker's back in vogue. Is that what you're saying?
No, it's mainly because I haven't played any games this week.
It's
And
mainly because snooker.
No, the only game I've played is snooker because of the live stream. That's it, really. But I suppose there is one thing I can talk about. I have been playing friend of the show, Step J, in a best of 35. Right.
Oh my goodness, that's quite a tournament.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were doing this quite a while ago. You started this, didn't you?
Yes, and we hadn't really done much towards it in the last few weeks. So I said, Step J, let's do it tomorrow. So we did, and we've been playing, and I'm absolutely caning him.
So what is the current score then?
The current score, I think, is 13-3. I think it is.
Ooh, God, that's not good.
Or it might be 12-3. Might be 12-3.
Wow.
So yeah, I am beating him by quite a bit. It's the first to 18.
Take that, Step J.
And I don't think it helps Step J that he's using a webcam from 1993. His webcam is quite old looking, so that might affect the lag. I don't know.
It's vintage.
Yes. Yeah, but so I've been doing that, and I did the Thursday stream as usual. So that's really all about the way I'm doing the best of 35 is a really stupid way, by the way. We just keep. There's not even a rematch button at the end of a frame on Snooker 19. It's so dumb. But
that is very dumb.
So we just have to keep finding each other and da. Yes, so that's all I've been playing really. So I don't really have much to say about it.
Snooker. I mean, there's not a lot else you can say. I mean, they've improved a lot of stuff, and it's snooker. And when the Switch version eventually comes out, I may purchase it.
Yeah,
he may purchase.
I may do.
I love how you've got to have the last word on everything, sure.
No, I'm just saying. Just saying, I may purchase it. I don't know. What else? I don't know. I'm interested, but not interested enough to buy it currently.
Still having the last word on it.
Whatever. Well, what's the last word, Chinny? Say the last word, and then we can move on.
It's snooker, and it's
there you go.
All right.
Good.
Hey, it's 6, which means it's me.
Go on.
Yes, I will go on. It's time for Luke to talk. All right. I've been playing Rocket League. I've been playing Minecraft. There's not much to say about those. I built a wall around my village or the villagers, and I made a new iron golem, and he hasn't wandered off yet. So I'm thinking maybe the wall was what's keeping him in, because I had a fence before, but he hopped over the fence. So I don't think he can jump over my wall. Take that, iron golem. You're not going nowhere. Anyway,
I don't know what the iron golems do.
Is he protecting something? What does he do?
Yeah, he protects the villagers, but there's no real need for him right now because mobs are off. So there is a skeleton grinder spawner right underneath our village, and I have a fence around that, but there's no need to. I mean, if you go down and look at it, you can see actually zombies, not skeletons. If you go down and you look at the zombies all day long, there's no zombies coming out of it. It's just the spawner just sitting there.
Right.
Okay.
So anyway, yeah, that's me in Minecraft. There's nothing really new.
I haven't really dipped into Minecraft a lot this week. I was addicted to it this time last week.
You were,
but I haven't.
Well,
really
you're very fickle, Chinny. We should realise this.
I am.
Wait, he's either fickle or he's playing too much snooker. Which is it?
Fickle and snooker crossed.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, point is, Steam has its spring cleaning event going on right now, which is a little bit of a sale. It's got some badges you can earn by playing stuff you haven't played a lot before. Oh, I should say, by the way, my voice might sound a little weird because I did presentations about East Timor at the start of this week, and it really tore my throat up. I had to give 4 presentations in one day, 90 minutes each in the library, and that was quite a it required a lot of me, and especially because I didn't get a lunch break. It was just 8 a.m. until 3:30, just constant presentations. And one of them I had to split up because 2 of the groups had different lunches. So I had to try to present the middle part for the first group and then double it up. It was really weird. Anyway, that's why my voice sounds a little weird. The point is, Steam has a couple of games that it's giving away for free. Well, letting you play for free. You don't get to have them for free. Origin just handed out a game for free, and it's still on free offer, I think. So I'm going to talk about it next week. I haven't played it yet, but I believe if anybody wants it, you can go get The Sims 4 for free on Origin right now.
Ooh.
I got it yesterday.
I like a bit of Sims.
Yeah. It's been a long time since I played The Sims. It was Sims 2, I think, was the last one I played.
Yeah.
And all I remember about it was I had to go to a virtual job in order to pay virtual bills. And I said to my students when I was in Florida, so it must have been around 2000, I said, I have a real job with real bills. Why do I want to play this game with virtual stuff?
Yeah, you
and
probably...
they were like, oh.
Go on.
You what?
I said that you probably ain't going to change your mind on The Simpsons.
Well, they said, oh, you got to put in a cheat code so you have unlimited money. And I said, that's stupid. I don't want to play a game where you have to cheat in order to enjoy it. But whatever. We'll see. The point is...
Can I just say, while you're talking about free stuff, Stories Untold is free at Epic Games at the moment.
Anyway, back to good games.
Good games. Shut up, you.
It's okay. The point is, Steam let me play 2 games for free. So they have a number of them, but I already played most of them. Left 4 Dead 2 was one of them, and Assetto Corsa, whatever it is, the racing game. I don't know what it's called. It's got some weird name. The first
Assetto
name,
Corsa, isn't it?
Right, that's it. Assetto. Anyway, right.
Sounds like you're ordering food.
Yeah. The point is, I played 2 games that I had never played before.
Ooh.
And one is called Grim Dawn. So I want to briefly talk about Grim Dawn.
Okay.
Because in some ways, it's a lot like Diablo 3.
Ooh.
It's exactly like Stummies.
And the twist is?
It's a much bigger pill.
It's the same game.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Sorry. I wanted it to be different. You know, the story is different, obviously, but the gameplay feels so similar. It's just a ripoff of Diablo, I think. I can't figure out what's different about it. It looks like it. It plays like it. It sounds like it.
It is it. They've just literally taken Diablo 3 and just reskinned it, and it's the same game.
I mean, I don't know. Can you see
God,
it?
I'm looking at it now, right? Even the menu screen looks the same.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Wow.
Mini maps in the same place. I don't know.
Christ,
I mean, it's fine. I just, as soon as I played it for like an hour, I'm like, this is exactly the same as Diablo 3. I should play Diablo 3 if I want to play a game like this.
This just looks so like it. This is unbelievably like it.
Right.
I think we've established that it looks like it.
Yeah. This is like plagiarism like it.
Hey, Duke, did it ever cross your mind that it looked like Diablo 3?
Yeah, Duke. Did that ever happen?
Now that you say that, it does look like it. How about that? That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Anyway, the other game that they offered for free that I had never played and that I was interested in, because I think there's some that I'm not interested in that were free. But anyway, there's one called Endless Space 2. Ooh. Endless Space. Whoosh.
That sounds big.
Endless.
It's almost like, why did they make a second one? Because if it's endless.
I know. The first one wasn't actually. It's like, Mr. Simpson, your case is the most flagrant example of fraudulent advertising since my lawsuit against the motion picture, The Never-Ending Story.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, this game, it's a lot like Stellaris.
Oh, wow.
In fact, it's exactly
like Stummies.
Oh, wow.
And the twist
He's doing the same thing.
Like, I went looking online for like, which do you like better, Stummies? Stellaris?
Yeah,
Stellaris or Endless Space 2? And the first response in every forum is, oh God, not this discussion again. So It's like, okay, a lot of people have already had this conversation. it's exactly the same. I mean, there's little differences here and there, but it's a 4X game where you move your explorer ships around in space in order to uncover new life forms on different planets, and then you colonize them, and then you choose what to colonize. I was just like, okay, I should play Stellaris because it's not going to go away in 3 days.
You see, I'm looking at it here, and it looks like there's way too much writing on screen for my liking.
You know what bugs me about it? I don't mind a lot of writing on the screen. Here's what I mind. You're in charge of this intergalactic empire. Intergalactic element, right? And so you're choosing which planets to colonize and how to deal with pirates and new life forms that have never been seen before. And then it goes, okay, you've got different kinds of ships. And I'm like, fine, give me a ship that'll fight. And they go, ooh, you've unlocked a technology that will allow you to, this is in the tutorial, it'll allow you to build warships. And I was like, fine, build me a warship. And it goes, where would you like the lasers? Motherfucker, I'm trying to control the galaxy. You're asking me where to put the lasers on the ship. I don't need that much control over everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm ready for some games that have a huge scope that don't require you to micromanage how the ships are built.
You're too big, Duke. You don't need to think about where the lasers are going.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kill things.
Thank you for putting the lasers on the wings. Now, what color do you want the lasers to be?
Same color as the ship. Well, you could have these other 600 colors if you prefer. I don't care. I wanted to shoot things.
How regular do you want the toilets to be changed?
Wait a minute. Why are they changing the toilets? Why
They
not just
redecorate a lot, and I meant to say bins, but now I'm sticking to it.
It
That's like on
works.
30 Rock. Oh, Realo. I meant to say really. I misspoke. Continue.
Yep.
Anyway, that's my first round of games done.
Okay. I
And
guess
so
it's me then.
Roll the die.
I don't
Hey,
think you need
it's
to roll
you.
it. It's me. Right, okay, let's get into this shit because the Oculus
Okay.
Quest arrived.
It's time to talk about the new helmets.
Oh my god.
Right, okay, let's
Meet the
talk
new
about
helmet. Same as the old helmet.
let's talk about the hardware. Totally different to all of the VR stuff. This
Uh-huh.
totally different because it's totally wireless. Doesn't connect to
Totally
doesn't connect to anything. Has this cool thing called inside out tracking. So basically uses 4 cameras on the headset. And you basically just point at your room, draw out your play area, and then it creates what it calls a guardian space.
Huh. That sounds kind of interesting.
Like anybody fucking gives a shit.
Which literally takes about 5-10 minutes to set up, and you're ready to go. Yeah, so it's pretty quick. It's pretty slick. It's got a whole new home area, so you're in like, oh yeah, we got the.
Where's the
yes.
footage of you looking like a twat playing this? Why do you have
Well,
daughter
I
up for
couldn't.
public ridicule?
I couldn't film myself.
Oh, you
could I?
couldn't film your. There's no
I'm
possible
sure-
way anybody in the house would film you, or you couldn't put it up on a shelf and have it
Yeah.
film you.
I'm
It was
sure
just
Millie
hilarious,
could
though.
work out how to film something on her phone. I'm pretty sure she can do that.
Pretty
And if
sure
only
she
you could figure out a way to film horizontally. What is this 1997?
I know.
I've never seen one of these devices where you hold
Well,
it.
It's on a phone. Does it really matter?
Yes, it matters.
It's
We're
a 1
getting
minute
a third
clip.
of the screen used up right now.
Whatever.
Which
just
way are
seems-
your eyes?
So anyway, basically on,
Mine are actually vertical.
Yeah, well,
On
I'm from
screen is
Wolves, so you do
Millie.
see that now and again.
on screen is Millie playing Super Hot VR, so that's what she
Yeah.
was playing at the time. Yeah, she was making use of the whole area. It's so much so she nearly sat on my knee at one point, nearly fell over the sofa.
I was waiting for her to crash into something and fall down.
No, because the Guardian space lets you know, because you get a grid appears when you're too near the edge of something.
space will
Guardian space. Do not go that
No.
way, Billy.
Do
for
not.
you will fall if you go that way. Wait until the AI starts messing with us and it goes, no, you're fine. Keep going to the left. And you
Yes,
fall off the edge of
Keep
your
going.
deck.
I know it looks like a cliff in VR, but you'll be fine.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? So the inside out tracking works pretty well. It sort
Pretty?
of works out well.
Pretty?
Pretty
the only
well.
reason I
It's
say
huge problems which Stu is glossing over.
No, there's no problems with the tracking itself, but every now and again it forgets. So you have to remap the room, but the actual tracking itself is perfect. It knows exactly where
Now
you're still.
and how often are we talking about here?
It's probably happened about twice, 2 or 3 times since I've had the headset, which is a bit weird. It suddenly
Times
just
in 3
forgets.
days. Every day you have to stop and reset up the room.
No. It's only when you first put it off. I literally takes a second, so it's not a big
Oh,
deal.
I don't
Just
know.
the 5 to
Like,
10
look,
minutes.
I'm prepared to see there's some bugs at the moment and things that have happened that maybe
I
aren't.
don't know. Yeah.
I was just about to buy one of these. Now forget it.
Yeah, Ziv. So that's one of my very small niggles. The other niggle I have with this,
word that sounds so close to the white supremacist N word.
This is a much bigger like problem that I have with the Oculus Quest.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Which is like the Oculus Go before it. There's no easy way of letting people watch what you're doing.
But you can stream it on Facebook.
Yeah, but then, and here's a weird thing, not entirely sure why, but Beat Saber doesn't stream for some reason.
Because it probably
no.
uses a
So
lot. Is it because of music?
Possibly, no idea. So it doesn't let you stream Beat Saber. So yeah, you can do it to Facebook, but there's no easy way of just like doing it to your telly. You know, it's if you want to do it on like on a Google Chromecast, for instance, you have to stream it to your phone first and then go from your phone to your telly. And it's not great. It's choppy, so it doesn't look amazing. You know, it's a bit choppy. It's a bit behind. It's just not good. And I just wish they'd come up with a better solution of like some people in the same room watching what you're up to. Because it is a bit weird, people, and I get that sort of VR's isolating anyway, and it's not like a group
weird
thing.
No matter what you do, but it would be less weird if people could see what you see.
Correct. And there's just not an easy way of doing it. And I think that's probably one of the biggest issues with it currently. It just needs to be streamlined or made better or optimized or something.
Or
that's
you
an
need
update, though, isn't it?
people in the room with you. If you didn't have any family members or loved ones, then this would be perfect.
Yeah, I guess. So yeah, so the Quest. Other than that, I really like it. Obviously Beat Saber is just brilliant on it. Just works perfectly. Not had any issues at all. And it looks great. I mean, compared to sort of the PC version, there are some differences. In the PC version, your lightsabers are solid. In obviously the Quest version, they're sort of hollow, small like an outline.
Get it? Worst game ever.
Yeah.
Worst game ever.
Unplayable.
The blocks have kind of a iridescent sort of shimmer to them on the PC version. On this version, they're a lot flatter, so they don't look quite as cool. But the actual gameplay,
minor aesthetic details.
Yeah, they are. They don't detract at all from the gameplay. I don't know,
that shimmer, man, that could fuck everything up.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of favorite tracks which I have put on in the links to that I've been playing.
No, because we don't want an email from YouTube saying fuck off.
The first one's called Rum and Bass.
Okay.
Which is just freaking awesome. And I love it. And it's kind of a bit sort of like Spanish. So it's a bit Latin sounding, but also a bit sort of like a pirate, like shanty. I don't know what the hell you call it. A pirate dance thing. Kind of. It doesn't sound really like that. So it's sort of like... It's like a rum.
Nailed it.
It's called Rum and Bass anyway. It sounds awesome. But my favourite tune to play to is a tune called Escape featuring Summer Haze, which is kind of a trancey sort of drum and bassy dance track. And it's just truly awesome. Well, just sounds amazing, and I love it. And I love the note tracking in both of those songs is just perfect. It's like you feel fucking super when you like get in the zone and you nail it. And I nailed it so much on hard, right? And I don't know how many people are playing on the Quest ultimately, but when I was a bit crap at it, I was in like 1,800, 2,000, when I first started playing it. And I got 123 on the Quest on hard, so that's pretty good.
23. I have no context for that, but I'll take it that it's good.
It's pretty good. Pretty good. But I'm properly getting...
Is that actually good? Tell us, Antonio.
Antonio will tell us.
Well, it depends how many people are playing.
Good for a baby.
It's good for me. But yeah, absolutely love it. And I'm going to say it right now.
Yeah, go on.
I am going to try and lose weight playing Beat Saber on the Oculus Quest.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm going to do it as an exercise thing.
Cool.
So I'm going to try and play...
Can you do me a favour, Stu?
Yes.
When I play the Oculus Quest, can you not wash it?
Yeah, it's going to be very sweaty. And you do get very sweaty, which is the thing. Which is definitely a thing.
The only reason I would get this is so I could put it onto my father and then show him Google Maps and blow his mind.
Blow his mind.
Like, what the hell? This looks like
needless to say, my Oculus
life.
Go. My Oculus Go is on eBay currently to be sold, so I'm getting rid of that thing. Which I'm kind of sad to see go because I have enjoyed the Go, but it's in a whole different league.
You should have said, you were sad to see Oculus Go.
I know, yeah, I should.
Yeah, you should have.
I don't get it.
You'll get it. You'll get it tomorrow, Duke. You'll be fine.
Oh, okay.
The other thing I would mention about the Quest is...
Oh, I just got it.
There's not a whole lot of stuff on it yet.
No.
It's fairly limited what's on there, but they have put a lot of really good stuff on there to begin with.
Really?
And there's stuff coming, so...
What's coming?
Yeah, there is stuff coming, but Beat
what is
Saber
coming? What is coming?
Brilliant. I can't remember. Vacation Simulator, apparently, which is pretty good.
Stuff that's coming.
Yeah. Vacation Simulator, Dimension Vacation Simulator.
Go on vacation with Darth Vader.
Yeah, Vader. I'll talk about that because I played that as well. But
Jeff Vader. Can you get his autograph?
We'll move back to Duke.
I'll have Penny Aleaberta. Chinny, do you not have anything else?
No.
He said he didn't.
Okay, well then, all right. Then it's me again. Yay, everybody cheer for Duke. Oh, thank you. That's very nice of you. Antonio, of course, we want the truth, not the you're my friend answer. And Irrelevant Native, do you feel like you're in a box? Hey, what about some Twinkies right about now? All right, so Epic has a new free game on it. The Epic Store. Yeah, free. That's my favorite word.
It's free to join apart from the one-off joining fee of £40.
And apparently this is a game that's causing some commotion around the world because some people trying to get it. It's cross-platform. It's one of the first truly cross-platform games ever. And
it better be good.
It's called Dauntless.
Oh my god.
So let me just check. Is this an MMO of some description?
It's Dauntless. It's not really an MMO. I don't know what you'd call it. It feels, how about this? If Destiny 2 is an MMO, then yeah, it's an MMO. But this doesn't feel like an MMO. What do you
do in it?
Well, that's the thing. You start off watching a cutscene, which is pretty cool. Actually, you start by making your character, and there's some good customization. It's got a very cool look to it. It's cartoony.
It looks like Fortnite.
It does look like Fortnite. It's by the same people who made Fortnite, so that makes sense. It's melee combat. There's no guns, I don't think. Maybe there's guns. I don't know. Anyway, the point is that you're flying around on this air boat thing. It's really weird looking, and it sails along with these sails. I don't know how it's powered, but whatever. The point is that you are supposed to team up with friends, and you go hunting for a team to go after the behemoths, and it's all about saving your world from these creatures, and there's all these different kinds of things, and you're ready to go, and you team up, and you get 3 random people with you, and you go out on this expedition, and then there's this big monster, and you're supposed to fight it.
So it's Monster Hunter.
It does look like Monster Hunter.
The combat is really pretty dull.
Okay.
It's not sophisticated at all, and you don't really have to be that close to the monster, and you can kind of cut off its tail after you hit it 30 times, but it takes forever to kill it. There's no indication of how much health the thing has left, so it's basically you just spam attack this thing over and over again, and then dodge out of the way when it lunges at you, which you have plenty of time to do because it just takes forever to lunge at you, and he's stomping the ground before he lunges, so it's very easy to dodge. I found the whole thing just dull in terms of the combat.
It looks nice and slick though.
It does look slick. It's just that the fighting mechanic was just boring as heck.
Yeah.
I was completely yawning while I was playing it, which is not what you want in the tutorial and then the first actual mission,
No.
Yeah, did I mention that was a really good game available for free on Epic Stores at the moment, which is Stories Untold, is free. Did I mention this?
No. But we're not talking about that.
I know. Just saying. There's a good game for free.
So the point is that Dauntless, apparently there's people waiting for 3 hours to get in on this game because the servers are being slammed.
What?
But I mean, that's what some website reported. And of course, the company's like, we haven't had people with 3-hour wait times. When I logged in for the first time, it said, first of all, I tried to log in through Steam. I put it in my Steam library. And then apparently you have to have the Epic Store open when you launch it. So I did it the other way. And then I logged in and it said wait time 160 minutes. And I'm like, I'm not waiting 160 minutes. So I left. And then I tried to come back later and then it was like, boop, put me right in. I'm like, okay, that's pretty arbitrary. But
weird.
Whatever. Yeah. So, the price is right, but
it's free.
I actually uninstalled it. I was really not blown away. And maybe I'm just not doing it right, or maybe there's more to the game than just fighting these beasts. But I'm not crazy about games where the main thing you do is fight enormous monsters, because I like shorter fights with smaller creatures. That's kind of my bag. So,
right.
This may just not be for me. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, like the thing is with Epic is they've got so much money, and talent, and money. Did I mention money that they have?
Yeah, did you mention money?
So I'm guessing this is kind of like the bare bones, and they'll add to it and add to it. How do they make money from this, Duke?
Well, I'm guessing that there's packs you can buy with customization stuff or better weapons or something. But
I mean,
fancy outfits.
You look how they're treating Fortnite and how they could treat this. Yeah. I mean, like adding on quests, basically making a Monster Hunter / World of Warcraft clone.
Yeah. And the kids are gonna love it, man. The kids love Fortnite. They're gonna go, nice jump on this.
Warcraft, I haven't played World of Warcraft, but I played Guild Wars 2. And Guild Wars 2, there's so much world to explore. And in this game, it feels like there's the Spire, like Destiny 2 is something very much like that. And then you go on these hunting expeditions to fight behemoths, and that's it. Like, it's not, maybe there's more to it, but the sense I got was kill this monster, get some stuff from it, use it to make better, armor, and then go fight other monsters.
Yeah, but that's how Monster Hunter works.
Well, maybe. I've never played Monster Hunter, but that's not how World of Warcraft works.
But each monster's got some sort of special thing that you have to work out to kill it, so they each have their own special things and moves that you have to pull off.
Yeah, maybe it's
or
more.
You need
maybe
special weapons.
Maybe it is more Monster Hunter and Destiny. I think it is. Closer.
Yeah, it does sound like that. It does look like that. In the description, it says, "Team up with millions of players." So there you go.
Yeah. So it's got time.
That's my Dauntless. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got time.
There's no reason this won't be successful because they're just doing stuff, aren't they, over at Epic?
I would challenge one of y'all to play it so we can get a second opinion, because mine is like meh. But I mean, obviously, a lot of people are into this, so.
Well, maybe people are.
I don't even know how to I haven't got the Epic Game Store. I don't know.
It's very easy to install.
I don't know. It sounds like work to me.
Everything sounds like
you want me to attach a metal arm to my microphone, but it's too much work for you to install the Epic Game Store.
Sounds like work.
Right. Stu, it's your turn again.
Yeah. Can I just say that
time you can't say.
Antonio's going, that's like nothing.
Yeah, that's right. Your score is
weight. You got to step up to at least fucking expert because he's meant like Hey, burn Cal's not just moving your wrists. Actually, Antonio. What I have found out and realised playing Beat Saber is the harder you swing, it obviously measures that as well, because I didn't realise this, the more points you get. So the quicker you swing and the harder you swing, you actually get more points. So just moving your wrist doesn't give you maximum points, actually. So kiss my ass. I'm moving fucking arms, all right? And also, I'd rather sort of get used to hard level first. Which is not, it is true. I can fucking guarantee it's totally true, because if I hit it lightly, I get like 60 points. If I swing hard, I get 110 or 111 points, actually. So I can tell you.
Y'all could have this argument offline, or maybe you could do an interview with him.
It's not true. It's not true, Antonio. It's the actual velocity that you hit it with.
No one gives a shit.
Because I fucking tested it. Maybe it doesn't do that on PSVR. Hey. Right.
I'm just going to tell you straight to your face. What you're saying right now is very boring.
It is very boring.
It's almost we're almost about 3 years away from Duke. So from us lot not needing to talk, and Duke can do this whole show while sound effects.
I know we could.
That's right.
Right. Okay, I'm not going to talk about Super Mario. I'm going to talk about a WOS game because I haven't played any WOS games for a while.
No, you haven't.
I haven't. And the WOS game I'm going to talk about is a game called Alt Frequencies.
Oh God.
Take it home with you.
Which I think Duke would really like.
What's it called? Doodle frequencies?
Alt Frequencies. Yeah, so basically the game's set in a
Where did you get Doodle from?
I wasn't listening.
I have no clue.
Oh God.
Anyway.
Yes, go.
Frequencies is set in a dystopian type future. Where the government's trying to bring in time looping. So they've worked out how to loop time.
So is that when you right click on a video on YouTube and loop it?
Right. So basically, yeah, they're trying to bring in a time loop system, which will allow them to change things if they're not happy with it, so they can see what happens.
Well, like Brexit.
Rewind time.
Zing.
Rewind time.
At its finest. Take that, Theresa May, with your crying ass.
But the twist is, which you find out very early on in the game, so it is kind of a spoiler, but not really, is they've already introduced it. So without people knowing, so they've kind of gone, we've put it in, and because you loop in time, nobody knows.
Yeah.
Dude.
It's kind of cool. So basically what...
Mind listeners, oh my God.
So basically the object of the game is you listen to radio stations on a radio.
Stop. What makes you think I would like this? Ooh, it's a great game where you listen to radio stations.
Let me come to the reason. And there's about 6 or 7 different ones, and they've been recreated. The voice acting isn't brilliant.
Okay.
Some's better than others.
It's a game where you listen to radio stations, but the voice acting sucks. You got me sold. Where do I buy it? How do I hurry up and download it?
It doesn't suck, but it just doesn't always sound completely natural. But that doesn't take away from what they've tried to do here, and I think it's really clever.
Like we're gonna, what the fuck is going on? Right, you listen to the radio
of the game. So basically, it starts off with some guy takes over one of the frequencies and gives you this message that the government's already done this thing, and you need to let people know. The way you let people know is by recording clips from one radio station and then sending them to another as like a caller.
Wow. So it's kind of like Her Story, except not fun or interesting.
It is interesting. No, that's fucking untrue, Duke, and you're being very harsh on something you haven't played.
I can tell you.
Yeah, you're being very flippant.
Yes.
But yes, it's kind of a bit like Her Story. You have to listen to the things. You can skip through it once you've listened to it once, or you skip through it straight away if you want to do that. And you basically just got to find the right pieces of text to record, and then upload or send to the other stations to get them to broadcast or start them realizing that's not everything is as it seems.
And this is I'm trying to be I'm not being flippant. I'm trying to be I suppose true to myself, Stu.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds more boring than watching videos on.
It's not. It isn't at all. I can only say that it's not boring at all. It's kind of cool. And when you work something out, you go, I know what I need to send to this radio station from this radio station. You're like, and it's cool how it puts it in. So obviously the radio station itself obviously changes the narrative because obviously you've sent them a piece of information that they weren't aware of. And the whole point is to get it onto what is classed as like the main news station. So you start off with like the college radio, and you've got to sort of work your way up to get it. Like,
radio, you wouldn't lie to me or turn out to be a top 40 station.
Great. So what kind of clips am I recording? Like, am I recording? Oh, that the government are fucked up. Record. Send that.
Correct. Something like that. Because like during a conversation, someone on one radio station might say, "The government's lying." Or something like that, and you might record that clip and then send it to another station that sort of is talking about lying at the time or whatever. It's hard to explain.
The Slicer in the chat says, "Evening guys, what is this radio simulator thing?" Just to introduce.
Doesn't it look like a real radio?
It's not about the graphics.
Slicer, just to let you know, Stu does have a tendency to play these kinds of games.
Yeah. Welcome to the better gamers.
Games.
Not specifically radio simulators, but weird.
Some of them are
shit.
weird. Some of them are shit. Some of them are weird and shit.
Yeah, was games.
But some of them are actually quite good, and this isn't. It's cheap. It doesn't cost a lot of money. But yeah, look, if you want to try something completely different, then I can only say this is completely different.
You haven't sold me on it, Stu, I'm afraid.
Oh, it's worth a go.
It's a big thumbs down from Duke.
Yeah, well, it's only a big thumbs down because you don't even know what it is, and you haven't.
I know what it is.
If it's a thumbs down from me, that's because you didn't sell it right.
I don't know how else to sell
sales
it to
pitch.
I don't
It's
either.
hard to sell because of what it is, but it is pretty cool. I really
Let
like
me let me see if I can sell it to Duke. Ready?
Go on, sell it to him. Sell it to him. Go.
Yo,
Hey,
Duke.
Chinny, I heard there's some new game about a radio.
Yeah, it is. But let me tell you about this, right? What
Okay.
about if you could have Primer in a video game, but you have to record it on a radio?
I like it.
To be in a box and like watch all the stuff unfold from the different timelines.
That's a good question. Maybe you should play the game.
Oh,
Maybe you should definitely play.
That sounds
See,
interesting.
sold. There you go.
I'm gonna be mad at you when it's no graphic.
Yeah, but I'm the salesman. I'm gone. I'm gone by then. When the double glazing windows fail.
My favorite time travel movie. Hey, Chitty, what if there was a game that was kind of like Back to the Future, except it was a radio?
Sold.
Yeah. See, Stu, you need some sales marketing training.
Yeah, I do. What about, I don't know, this is the best way to describe it. What about you're stuck in a time loop like Groundhog Day, and it's like a radio.
You didn't even sound like you was confident.
I got you a million times.
Stu, you didn't even convince yourself of that statement.
No, I didn't. But look, all I can say is I think it's very, very clever, and I totally recommend it.
Did you finish it?
It's £5. But I've not finished it yet. No, but
Are
I've
you
played
going
quite a lot
to?
of it. Yes.
How much you played?
I probably played it for about an hour and a half.
Okay.
Hour and a
I
half.
don't think he's gonna finish it.
I'll finish it. I'm gonna finish this game.
I don't think so.
It's £5. It's £5, and I'll tell you now, I'm gonna finish it because it's kind of clever. And
Oh, the
cool.
background changed.
Oh yeah, stuff changes.
Oh my god!
You get different chapters.
Changing.
Why have you not focused on the key aspects of the game?
Exactly. Look, it's good, and it's good.
Very was.
It is. It's good though. It's cool.
Right. Are we ready for the next game?
Yeah, go for it, Duke.
Okay. So I'm going to talk about a game that Chinny has played, sort of. I don't know if you've played this, Stu. I think you probably have. It's the Golf Club.
Yeah.
I have played a lot of it.
2019.
Not the latest one.
Oh, this has the PGA Tour in it. Oh, yeah.
Well,
I don't know how different it is from the other golf club games because I haven't played the other golf club games. But it's so funny because the current reviews are mixed. Overall, it's generally positive reviews, but the current reviews are mixed, and it was real cheap. So I was like, you know what? I've been looking for a golf game. I haven't bit the bullet and played the golf club, so it's time that I do it. And all the negative reviews say the same thing. Like, I'll do a perfect shot, and then for some reason the ball just goes off into the woods. What the hell? Well, the reason it does that is because, and again, you can tell me if this is in the other golf club games or not. You know, the last golf game I played was probably 10 years ago, one of the Tiger Woods games. And in order to play that on the Xbox 360, you swung by moving the right thumbstick back for the backswing and then forward for the front swing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the way it is in the golf club. But in addition to measuring where you point that thumbstick while you're swinging, it also measures the speed or the tempo, I guess. So if you don't do it perfectly, if you go, I don't know if you can go too fast. I suppose you probably can. But generally what I get is in the bottom right corner of the screen, when you swing, it's got these indicators for it's got the little box you have to get your swing inside of, and then you have to do it at a good tempo. And doing both of those things at once is difficult. So if you go too slowly, which I occasionally do on my swing, it'll make the ball go curving to the right or to the left. And I'm like, that's weird. Why is it doing that? Is that in the other golf club games?
Not that I know of.
No, I can remember.
The other thing that happens as well is if you're on a slope
Yeah, I understand slopes. That's fine. That's in every golf game.
Yeah.
And wind and all that. Here's what I'm trying to imagine. I think they're probably trying to get it to be a lot like real golf. And in real golf, there's so many different things that are going to affect your golf swing that you have to really factor for them. I wish you could turn that tempo thing off, because I don't need something that's just minorly wrong with my swing to screw it up and put me in double bogey territory. That's not necessary. I want a more cartoony golf game, but there are no, intermediate. There's either really cartoony mini golf on Mars games, or there's the golf club. So I wanted something that was pretty much realistic. So I'm playing the golf club. Now, don't get me wrong. That minor irritation aside, that occasionally the ball just goes off to the right because I move the stick too slowly, that's a pretty minor irritation, because I'm getting better at it. I'm learning how to, tempo my shots. And by and large, it's awesome. The graphics are magnificent. The gameplay is generally pretty good. I won like my 4th tournament, I think, or my 4th, round, which was really good. So I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like the golf club. We played a lot of this in the asymmetrical multiplayer.
Yeah.
And obviously, the Overseas Connection had a lot of tournaments running.
Yeah.
When it very first came out.
Do it between games. So if you have the first golf club and I have this,
no,
we can't. I imagine.
Can't really do that now.
So I don't want to demand that everyone start buying the game every year, which is just a money suck. But it was cheap, so I got it.
Yeah. I think this is on Game Pass, actually.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, it's really well done. Like I said, I wish it has a lot of customization options for your golfer, which is nice. I wish it had like a celebration. When I get a birdie in real life, I'm like, yeah, what birdie? And my guy just like stands up.
And what? Yeah.
That's it. Just stand up. No, you need to be pumping your fist at least. Or like some golfers will throw their ball into the crowd. Why not do that? Throw it at a guy's head. Take that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, it's like the snooker game. How can you make it more interesting?
I remember Hot Shots Golf. They called it something different over there, didn't they?
Everybody's Golf.
Everybody's Golf.
Yeah, that was my favorite golf game ever, because you had like goofy cartoon characters you could play as, and you had all sorts of celebrations and frustrations if you missed. In this game, it's just you miss and the guy just goes, he bends over to the right a little bit. I would be breaking my clubs in half. But whatever.
Yeah.
It's not a cartoony game.
I did like it in general though, the game. I thought it was a good effort. Good effort.
It's exactly what I wanted from a golf game. So big thumbs up on the Golf Club 2019.
Slicer says, is this like Gran Turismo version of a golf game? No, because this comes out every year. Buzzing.
Hey-o, zing zing. All right, Stu, your turn.
Yes. Can I just I'm just going to clarify.
Right.
Because it beats Saber scoring. Right. Okay. Here's how it works, and I guess you
scoring anymore.
I know. Yeah.
Oh
look,
my God! Just fucking drop it.
Just shut up. Just gonna fucking. He is kind of right. So I will concede that Antonio is kind of right. But
okay, good. Antonio's right.
But
correct.
Moving on.
Just clarify.
Well done for being right, Antonio.
The backswing has to be at least 90 degrees upright, so that's where this. So the bigger the swing you do get more points for doing that. So if you go to 90, which you could do with your wrists, but I guess it would be a little bit more weird to do that. So yeah, 90 degrees up, 60 degrees follow through.
Wow.
And 10 points for how close to the center of the cube you get. So there you go. Look, I'm not clarifying. Right. Anyway, I'm going to move on to Super Hot VR. Super Hot.
Oh, yeah. Super hot.
Super hot. Yeah, Super Hot VR is freaking amazing fun.
Now, this is the game that moves when you move.
Correct.
So in VR, does it move if you, like, twitch your face a little bit?
Yes. So if you look around or look around, see where the enemies are, they move while you're looking.
So you have to be perfectly still while they're, in order for the game not to move.
Correct.
Damn.
So you move your arms, move your body, move your head, they move.
Okay.
That's cool.
And it is cool. You can punch them in the face. What's really cool about the touch controllers that you get with the Oculus Quest and obviously Oculus Rift is that they have side buttons on the handles. And the side buttons, when you press them in, make your hands in screen into fists.
Yeah.
So that's what they kind of do. And it just works really well. What's super cool about Super Hot VR is if you throw something at an enemy and they lose their gun, you can just grab it out of mid-air as it's coming towards you. And then obviously use that as a weapon.
Let me ask you this. When you shoot your gun, you're moving your finger. Does that count as moving?
Yes. So as soon as you shoot, they move.
I got you.
So if you shoot, so sometimes there's a problem where you don't want to. You have to get them to come closer to you.
Right.
Sometimes, so you just end up sort of twisting your hand from side to side until they get close enough, which is a bit weird.
That is a bit weird.
Yeah, it is weird. But it's so much fun throwing shurikens or bottles or ashtrays or using machine guns, knives, clubs, axes.
You throw a sonic boom.
It's just super cool.
Street Fighter 2 VR.
The only thing I wish is that I had a bigger play area for this, because I do think. I know, I have thought of that. I don't know how well it would track, in bright daylight.
Your neighbors would be peering over the fence. Look at that idiot.
Nah, we don't have neighbors who would look at us.
You'll be fine, because you'd be better probably outside.
I'm going to try it. I am going to try it outside. I don't know how sunlight would affect it, though. If it's in bright light.
It won't.
Don't know.
It might even be better. More light is better.
Maybe it is. But by God, this game is so cool to play. It's Millie was like, "This is amazing" when she was playing it. It just is super cool. And obviously you can duck behind things and hide behind like walls or countertops or whatever it is. And that's why you can see Millie sort of going around the room ducking and stuff, because she's hiding behind scenery in the game.
Well, yeah.
It's just so clever. And obviously none of these levels are in the proper Super Hot.
No, it's like its own version, isn't it?
Yeah. These are all completely new.
Stand in one place.
Yeah, totally new for VR. But yeah, you're not stood in one place. You can actually move around in the space if you had the space.
Well, you're not running all over a level, though.
No. Yeah, Antonio said I would read up on it. I hear playing in direct sunlight is not smart.
Don't listen to Antonio.
Yeah.
Was he wrong about the Beat Saber? Yes.
I don't know how they would damage the screen.
It can't. I'll bet you.
Antonio, I want him to break his new toy.
Yeah.
Shut up, you.
We're in the
break my legs.
Don't listen to Antonio.
To make him mess up his headset.
Don't worry about it. Don't. It's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah. By the way, that's the other drawback I should have mentioned with the Oculus Quest is you need at least a 2x2 meter area to play it. For the room scale.
Look at you fucking living in your fucking mansion.
I know, yeah. I've only just got enough. I've got 2.5 by 2.5 meters, so it's big enough. But I have injured myself already. Just to mention, which I didn't mention earlier.
You.
No, I managed right, and I didn't even know whilst I was playing Beat Saber, I was going forwards and like ever so slightly every song, and didn't realize I was moving. And I managed to hit my knuckles on the television unit.
Smooth move, Ferguson.
Yeah, it hurt. Yeah. And obviously hit the controller, but it didn't seem to do any damage, so that's all good. But yeah, it did hurt my fingers.
Yeah.
So yeah, you've got to be careful, man. There is only so much room in your living room.
Can you still chop a bullet in half with a katana?
Possibly. I don't know. Could you do that in the actual game?
Yep.
Yeah, I assume you probably can then. I can't see any reason why that wouldn't be a thing.
That was the fucking best part of the whole game.
Yeah, I can't see why that wouldn't be a thing. It's just really, really good. Totally, if you've got VR, if you've got a Quest, or whatever this runs on, because
we know lots of people out there do.
Yeah, it's on PSVR as well. Again, I don't know how well it runs on there. I know from experience of having the PSVR that the Move controllers don't track that brilliantly. Or at least it didn't when I used it, so I don't know whether that's been improved or they've sorted that out.
Buy entire new systems every time they put out a new headset.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know whether that's been improved, but it didn't work very well when I used it.
Yeah.
But by the way, the resolution looks great as well. It looks really sharp.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm mightily impressed with it. I think it's.
Well, let's see in a month how impressed you
I
are.
can't wait to buy it from you in 6 months' time.
Best version of VR so far.
Right.
So there you go.
Well, I'm glad you're happy. I actually am glad that you enjoy this thing you bought. I just know you're sometimes fickle, so we'll see.
We'll see, but I love it. Honestly, I think it's great.
Okay. Is it my
right? It's your turn again.
Yeah, I got one more game to talk about this week, and it's a doozy. It's called Outward.
Oh.
Outward is a game that I hesitated to buy because people kept describing the combat like Dark Souls or Demon Souls or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And that made me go, ooh, I don't think I'm going to be into that. And then they said, if you get a cold, you might die. And I was like, that sounds brutal. But then I watched someone playing a little bit of it, and I was like, oh, this looks awesome. So I bought it. And the first thing that you need to know about it is that it was really tough.
Okay.
I died twice within the first half hour of playing it.
Yeah. Well, again, we need in Super Meat Boy. That's not that's very impressive.
Yeah, we need some context.
I was about to give it to you. I was waiting for you to react to that, and then I was going to.
Okay, sorry.
Let's try
it
this again.
Sound twice. A lot.
Try it again. Okay.
All right, do it again.
I died twice in the first 30 minutes.
Okay, that's crazy.
That was in the tutorial. I know, right? Like, what kind of game lets you die in the tutorial?
This one.
I failed my very first mission. I don't want to say too much about what it is in case somebody plays it, but I failed. You can't go back and reload a save. You just fail. And I felt like an idiot. And the reason I failed is because I wasn't being careful. You're supposed to be careful in this game. You know how in Skyrim, you come out of that cave and you're just like, kill everything, wolves, bandits. In this game, if you try that, you will die. And I know because I tried it and I died a lot.
Brilliant. So when you die, what's the penalty for dying? Do you lose everything and restart?
You lose everything. But you don't actually die. You get dragged someplace. Sometimes you get dragged back to the city, which is nice because you usually have your stuff when someone drags you to the city. But sometimes, especially if you die to bandits, quote unquote, you get dragged to their compound and then you have to fight your way out. You can actually sneak your way out too, which is actually easy.
So they don't kill you, they just subdue you and then like take you prisoner sort of thing.
That's right.
So more humiliating.
It's more humiliating and it's so frustrating to spend 2 hours gathering stuff and then lose it all because you didn't run from the fight when you should have. Because I don't run from fights in Skyrim. You know what I mean? Like, that's not what I do when I play
video. This isn't Skyrim.
It's not Skyrim. Yeah. Now, the plus side is when you do finally kill something, it feels really good. Because in Skyrim, even after you kill the dragon destroyer of worlds, you're like, okay, that was all right. I killed it. Whatever. I knew I would. But with this game, it's so satisfying when you finally kill a hyena.
I was just going to say, like, kill a wolf or something's the same, like, satisfaction.
Oh, it's more satisfying to kill a wolf in this game than it is to kill a dragon in Skyrim. Which is saying a lot. There's a lot of different things that can go wrong. You can get disease. You can get an infection. You have to manage your hunger and your thirst and your fatigue. There's also encumbrance. So you very quickly run out of space to hold things, whereas in Skyrim you can carry 700,000 things. But you know, just as in Skyrim, if you try to carry too many things, you'll move very slowly. That's the way it works in this game. And when you use your stamina, kind of like in Breath of the Wild, you move very slowly if you're tired, and the person's like hunched over. So you're running back to the city barely alive.
Yeah. So when you get attacked like that, you're screwed basically.
Yeah, it looks like you're barely alive. And you're like looking back to see if the bandits are still chasing you. And you're like, it's very engrossing in that sense. There are also no quest markers. So you have a map, but it doesn't show you where you are on the map. So you have to, it's old school in that way. You have to be like, oh, there's that central mountain. I'm going around it to the right. Whereas last time I went around it to the left or whatever. So it's a lot of, exploring as a result feels kind of like how you explore in Minecraft. In Minecraft, I never want to travel too far from home in Minecraft. You explore a little bit at a time and you eventually realize, oh, there's some, dark oak over here or whatever it is.
So can I just clarify, this isn't procedurally generated, then it's always the same map?
It's always the same map.
Yeah. So you can work out where stuff is.
That's right.
Okay.
The combat is okay. It's not great. It's not terrible. It certainly is different from Skyrim, so that you need to, it's sort of like The Witcher. You lock on to people and you kind of dance around them. You need to do a lot of dodging and blocking, which again, that was hard for me to get used to because that's not how I tend to play these games.
Now there's a good game. There's a good game indeed.
The point is,
Minecraft.
Oh, The Witcher, of course.
Oh.
Yeah. The point is, when you kill something, it is a lot more satisfying. So I do like that part of it. The progress is so slow, so that you don't have levels. You don't keep getting new perks and stuff. You can train with someone and get stronger that way, but it takes a long time. It takes a lot of money, and in the meantime, I don't even have a backpack. So I need to save up for a backpack, and I can make my own backpack, but I need some hide, and you get hide from monsters sometimes. That's the part that kind of bugs me about this game. Is that
so there's not a specific thing you have to kill to get hide or whatever.
Usually if you kill a hyena, you can get some hide, but they don't repop very quickly. So, the area that I went to get hide from hyenas before, their corpses are still there a week later in the game, an in-game week later.
Yeah. Everything's a crawl to get there.
And some resources are really hard to find.
Are you following quests or is this a survival game?
There are quests, but they're few and far between. So I failed the main quest. And then as soon as you do the first main quest, and then you have your 3 friends in town, and there's this backstory I won't bore you with. Take notes, Stu. And then
whatever.
They go to different places, and I'm supposed to join them. And so I was all set to join one of them in this other location. I trek across the map. I get to the arrow that says this way to this other location. And then I'm about to cross over, and then it says, oh, in order to get over here, you need 3 travel rations for the journey. And I was like, damn it, I thought travel rations were just a nice thing to make so that your food doesn't rot so quickly. No, it's a requirement for going to that other part of the map.
Yeah, well, you've got to be able to eat while you're traveling.
I have food.
Obviously not enough.
Well, obviously not the right food.
You don't get this issue in Minecraft.
No, you don't.
And so I had to, and here's the thing. You can load up a bunch of stuff in a backpack and then go out. So if I had all my stuff with me, I could just set up my campfire, set up a cooking pot, make the travel rations, and then go over into the place, right? But here's the thing. I had died so many times before trying to go over that I decided I wasn't going to take anything with me. So all my stuff was back in the city on the other side of the map. So I had to run all the way back, and on my way, I get attacked by this lightning bug thing that almost kills me, and I'm running back into town. And it was quite an ordeal.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I don't know how to answer that. Because the answer is yes, but I look at it, it's kind of like Minecraft. We've made the joke about how much time you can spend, and you look up and you've done nothing.
Yeah.
This is worse than that. Not only have I done nothing, I've lost all the stuff.
Yeah, you made no progress.
At Minecraft, at least you have a chest with 3 things in it. Yeah. I lost my backpack to the bandits. They took everything. These bastards. So, wow. I mean, here's the other thing. When you kill an enemy, you can't just strip it. In Skyrim, when you kill an enemy, you can take his crappy fur armor and his, iron dagger or whatever. In this game, it randomizes what the bad guys drop when they die. So this one dude, I had to attack him 5 times. It was so infuriating. He just kept killing me. And eventually I realized, oh, he's a bandit lieutenant. He's not just some random bandit. He was a bandit lieutenant. How about that? So I finally killed him, and I was like, yes, I'm going to get his armor. I'm going to get his weapon. No, I got 1 piece of meat. I got a weapon, and I got a piece of like string or something. It was so frustrating. I was like, that was not worth it at all.
Why is this character holding a big staff?
Because that's the one weapon you can craft on your own.
Okay.
If it's what I think it is. Now, there's actually 2 staffs. There's the quarter staff, which is a weapon you can make on your own. And then there's a fishing spear. That looks like a fishing spear that he's got. And the fishing spear is used for surprise fishing.
Well, it makes sense, I guess.
Yeah. And one of the things I really like about the game is that it has things like fishing and, you know, you can cook different recipes and this and that.
That can't be fun, though, because it sounds like you're fishing in the middle of fucking Jurassic Park.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Much, yeah. But except you're in town, and it's safe in town. So you don't have to... I mean, you can... But here's the other thing. Once you clear out an area, like I said, it's pretty much cleared out. It'll repop eventually, I think. But I think the way to play this game is to, like, clear out an area and then move ahead a little bit, clear out that area, and then retreat. And then get boosted up, get better weapons, train, and then go clear out another area. You know, I'm just not playing it right. So, again, you know, there's a lot of things that are frustrating about it. But when you do make progress, it's really satisfying. So, I don't know. It's a weird game. If I had gotten to the point I'm at now within 2 hours, I might have refunded it. But as it is, I am enjoying it, sort of. I'm curious to see where it goes. It can be very frustrating to lose everything. But here's the thing. I've figured out a way because, okay, you don't really have a place to store your things, especially if you fail the first mission. So what I've done is and the good thing about this game is when you drop something, it stays there forever. Like a lot of games.
Yeah, it disappears after so long.
Yeah, exactly.
That doesn't even happen in my hometown.
Yeah, exactly. So the nice thing about it is so I put a bunch of stuff in a backpack and then I drop the backpack on the floor of the inn. I can't afford a room at the inn, but I can drop my backpack there and just leave it there forever. So that's what I've been doing. So
so you don't lose everything when you go back out again.
Correct.
I like it.
So
you're gaming the game.
I'm gaming, you know, and that's the thing is that like you shouldn't have to game the game in that way. But on the other hand, it's kind of like I know this is temporary. I'm probably going to have a home at some point. There's got to be more to it than just, you know, constantly dying and coming back and getting your 3 pieces of wood to make a quarterstaff. I'm going to have some armor someday. I keep wearing this crappy. And here's the thing. When you die, you wake up in the bandit hideout or whatever, and there's some clothing on the floor next to you. You don't have to be naked, which is fine. That's cool. But in order to turn it into armor, you need hide. And in order to get hide, you need to kill hyenas. All the hyenas are dead. So I don't know how I'm supposed to turn this clothing I have into armor.
That is funny.
It's pretty frustrating that way.
I guess you just have to explore more and find other stuff.
I guess, but when I try to explore more, there's like tougher enemies. So I need armor on in order to fight them. How am I supposed to put armor on?
Oh my God, it's like a catch-22.
Exactly. So, you know, I'm sure, hopefully I'll find a way to break through that. I am enjoying it. It's one of those games that's like, I keep going back to it and I can't explain exactly why. But yeah.
Well, here's the thing, Duke, right? You've got this game in your library called Subnautica.
Yeah.
Which is very polished, is finished, is a tough challenge, but is also very rewarding and very cool at the same time.
Well, what this game did is make me think, you know what? I really like video games where you don't constantly have to die and start all over. I should go back to Dragon Age and Quiggygwig. So that's what I did. I actually did a few missions. It's feeling better now. So this
is a good game. I loved Quiggygwig.
This Outward made me appreciating Quiggygwig more. So I've been playing a little bit of that. So.
But you should definitely give Subnautica a try at some point because it's.
You've said that like 20 times. Has it worked?
I know. Look, it's not just me. Other people have told you that.
But has you saying it's not just me worked in the past?
I know, but you're just weird. You're just weird because you'd love it, and you're just weird.
I'm sure I will, but not right now.
Well, not like ever. Right, I'm going to talk about the last thing I've played on the Oculus Quest this week, because obviously it is a Quest VR week, because that's all I've been playing, really.
By the way, in the chat, Antonio said, it'll work perfectly out in the sun. Go for it.
I know, I am going to do. Yes, which is called...
That's not listeners.
I know it isn't. Vader Immortal Episode 1.
Vader, as in Darth Vader?
Correct.
As in Darth Vader.
Yeah, Darth Vader.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with this. It's
Ooh.
kind of like a story-driven narrative game where you're playing this sort of like smuggler that also turns out to be somebody special that you didn't know, obviously, and you as the person in the game didn't know. And Vader is looking for you because he needs you to do something for him.
Hey, do you play most of the game in this chair?
Yeah, no, you walk around.
That's the smartest VR game I've ever heard of.
Well, kind of. You stood up. You stood up at this point. But he's very cool. So it does you can turn all the way around. Obviously, it's got a transport. It's a beaming system to move around. So you obviously... You press the thumbstick in a direction and it makes like a blue arrow and then you can beam to that area. But like this person's doing, if you had a big enough area, you can actually just walk to places.
But see, I'm waiting for a VR game where you're like trapped in the cockpit of a ship and you can't get out of the chair.
What you mean like Elite Dangerous, for instance?
Well, no, but I mean like in a spaceship, so you could fly around the universe. You just can't leave the little room you're in. That would be smart.
Like Elite Dangerous, for instance.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
For the second time. Yeah, Elite Dangerous is that.
But, where something actually happens in the game. Hey-oh!
Buzzing.
Like Elite Dangerous. Stuff happens in Elite Dangerous.
Yeah.
It's good.
You land, you take off.
You land, you smuggle stuff, you fight other people and bandits and smugglers. Yeah, it's a big game. It's a big game.
Anyway, Vader Immortal.
But this is good. This is quite tight. It's quite interesting. The graphics are great. The graphics look great in it.
Look good graphics, yeah.
You get to meet Vader face to face.
What's he like? I imagine him being quite
tall.
Nice.
He's a very tall person, especially in VR. He's tall.
Hayden Christensen,
leader of the Death Star.
Hayden Christensen is quite tall.
And it's quite intimidating. There's a moment where like one of the commanding officer dudes comes up to you, right in your face, and like gives you like some speech and sort of intimidating you. And it is quite like.
Does he do any like power plays? Does Vader get his dick out and go, "Well, what are you going to do about this?"
He doesn't. But he does speak. In a very Vader voice.
Schwartz is as big as mine.
But yeah, I'm super impressed with this. It was $7.99, so it's the cheapest thing I've bought as it goes. But it's pretty cool. It lasts for about 40 minutes, 50 minutes.
Was you satisfied?
Yeah, I was for 50 minutes of gameplay. Like I say, voice acting spot on, looks great, plays well, scale is great. Yeah, looks amazing. I'm well impressed.
Is it better than Minecraft?
It's hard to compare. It's not quite the same
thing.
It does this really cool thing as well, by the way. There's a bit where you have to climb around the outside of a building and you literally have to climb. You have to move your hands to like different areas to pull yourself up and stuff.
Doesn't sound like Minecraft.
It isn't like Minecraft. So they have thought about what you can do in VR that works well.
Take this. Oh, no.
Yeah. I don't know why I coughed. I'm sorry.
Over there, Chinny.
Sorry about that. Do we know how many episodes they're going to be, Minecraft?
Not a clue. Not a clue how many episodes of this are going to be. This is the first one, though.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens.
Do you know what else had an episodic story mode?
Go on, what?
Minecraft.
Oh, yes, so it did. Yes, a Telltale.
Yeah, it did, yeah.
Telltale. Louis says, have I tried Minecraft VR? No, I haven't, because it's not on it yet.
Is there really a Minecraft VR?
Oh, yeah. People love it.
Oh, snap.
People will love it. There is a way of trying these things, by the way, but it's a bit onerous. But you can basically install or sideload, because it works on an Android system, you can sideload an APK, and then you install this bit of software on your PC, and it allows you to stream Steam VR games to it. And obviously maps the controllers and everything.
You lost me at sideload.
Yeah. So
just sideload it, Chinny. What do you mean?
Sideload it, man. Don't download it. Sideload it.
Yeah, I'm not going to try that just yet. I'll see what happens first. I'll put up with what's on it rather than risk wrecking my headset. So, but apparently it works very well. It works very well. So, yeah, because a lot of people are using it so they can play Beat Saber with custom tracks and stuff, which obviously you can't do on the Quest. Oh, yeah.
Cool. I'll
and
tell you
that's
what.
it.
I'll tell you what. If it got cheaper, I would be tempted to get one.
It's. Do you know what? They say this is the sort of easiest. They say, and I agree. You know, to play on VR because it's so easy to set up. You don't have to connect it to anything. 2 minutes and you're playing. You know, there's no fanning around.
5 minutes for scanning the room or whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, that's happened 3 times.
I know.
So it's not happened a ton, but it does seem to forget every now and again where your play area is. But it's very slick, and like I say, graphically it looks great considering that it's running on an Android chipset. They've managed to make it look pretty impressive.
Why doesn't
and like
the robot? Why doesn't the robot have legs?
Dinner just floats around. He's happy not to bother. It's fine. Works.
Okay.
So yeah, it's good. Totally love it. So just waiting for more stuff to come out, and then I can play more stuff on this. There is stuff on there that I'd like to play, but I just don't want to spend too much money on games at the moment.
Too much money.
Too much money on games, and they are. They're all about 20 quid.
Yeah.
20 quid. The only other thing I might buy is a game stroke sporting simulator exercise game called Box VR, which is a boxing exercise game.
For your wobbly bits.
For my wobbly, if I'm going all in on burning calories, and this tells you how many you've burnt and such like.
Burn the calories.
Burn them all.
Burn them all away. And that's it for me this week. I'm done. And I'm guessing Duke's done.
I'm done.
You're done.
Oh, yeah, so done.
Yes,
so it's time for the news.
It is.
Putting news first.
Okay, a couple of news items I'd like to mention.
And I've got one too.
Notice that the news keeps creeping into this fucking
No,
show.
it's only a little bit. Look, it's only because I think it's relevant at the moment. And especially to Duke, this is relevant. But yes, gaming disorder is now a recognised illness.
I want to talk about. So yeah, same one.
By the World Health Organization. So yeah, gaming disorder is now recognised as an illness, Duke. So you will?
Well, yeah, it's you should game mindfully, people, because otherwise you're going to be addicted.
So what is gaming disorder?
Okay, I'll tell you what this is the definition of gaming disorder. It's a pattern of persistent or recurrent gaming behavior, digital or video gaming, which may be online or offline, manifested by impaired control over gaming, e.g. onset, frequency, intensity, duration, termination, and context. Increasing priority given to gaming to the extent that gaming takes precedence over other life interests and daily activities, and continuation or escalation of gaming despite the occurrence of negative consequences, i.e. the behavior pattern is sufficient severity to result in significant impairment in personal life, family, social, educational, occupational, or other important areas of functioning. So that's basically
you need to be able to game in proportion.
Yeah.
Don't
so basically
get out of proportion, and treat
so
yourself.
Basically right. Saying if you're doing this and it's having a negative impact on your life, but you're doing it anyway, regardless, then you've got a problem, maybe.
Well, yeah.
Slicer in the chat says, "Can you stop talking, please? He's trying to play games."
I'm awfully sorry, but whatever.
I think he's got gaming disorder.
I think he has. I like what they did there. So yeah. So, would you have said this has been you at some point in your life?
Well, I mean, I'm a video game addict. I think that when I was a kid, I, sometimes would play games instead of doing homework. But I think I'm a pretty good functioning addict at this point. I work hard, but then I also play hard, and I manage to do my work first and then, do my gaming. So it's all about setting priorities. It's about knowing what you want, and it's about, keeping things in proportion.
So what you're basically saying, as an adult, it's not got those negative impacts that it maybe did when you were a teenager.
But you've always got to keep it in perspective. You know what I mean? Like, my wife is more important to me than my video games. So she would laugh at this, but I do try to, game not out of proportion. I like to stop playing when she gets home for a little bit, and we can walk the dog or whatever.
So you stop to walk the dog?
Yeah. Why is that? What's funny?
Well, you're making it sound like you're giving your wife some time together or whatever, but you're just stopping to walk the dog.
Well, but it's also a chance for us to spend time together. We do both.
Okay.
He's not talking to the fucking dog, is he?
I know. I'm just checking. I was all checking.
Yeah. So anyway, the point is that, you know, it's about what's most important to you. Because if you make the game the most important thing in your life, then you'll have a very unsatisfying life. Because the game will not save you. It's just a way of, you know, look, Stephen King said, put your desk in the corner, and every time you sit down there to write, remind yourself why it's not in the center of the room. Because life is not a support system for art, it's the other way around. And that's the way it is with video games.
Yeah, it is true. I must admit, I don't consider myself a gaming addict. Now, that may be that I am an addict, and I just don't want to admit to being an addict. But I don't play video games to the detriment of everything else, or anything else for that matter. You know, I tend to try and play games when Kay's either at work or still in bed or not around, so it doesn't impact on anything that we do together. So I would never dream of sort of playing games while she's around, if you will. Sort of, you know, we do other stuff.
Right.
So that's how I balance.
Right. And it's the thing of like, look, just because you drink once in a while doesn't make you an alcoholic, right? It's all a question of how much do you drink? How does it affect your life in positive and negative ways, and so forth. So, you know, it's all about knowing yourself and being honest. Like you have to be honest about your habits and what's going on in your life.
Don't get me wrong. I'm guessing I'll probably play more video games than an average person. You know, so I'm not going to deny that. But, you know, I'm quite lucky where I have a job where I only work 4 days a week on a normal week, so I have 3 days off. And obviously some of those days are during the week when Kay's at work anyway, so I can play a whole day of gaming if that's what I wanted to do on that day off. And it doesn't impact on anyone else or anything else. So I'm quite lucky in that respect, I guess. What about you, Chinny? Do you consider yourself an addict of any description?
I think I have spells. I had a better story time that I've just forgot. But basically, this time last week, after the show, I became ill, and it was because of a meal that I ate previously that day, and I thought it would be a 24-hour bug. And it turned out it was like 3 days of me suffering, and so I was on the toilet pretty much all night on Sunday night. I called in a sickie, which I very rarely do.
Yeah, but I mean that's not really. I mean you're making it sound like you were skiving. It's not really a sickie if you're genuinely ill.
No, yeah, but like I don't even when I'm ill, which you shouldn't really do, but I still go in. But
yeah, but you can't go in if you're shitting everywhere, can you?
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, not a job, maybe.
No. So it's anyway. So I said to my ag, "I mean, fuck this," because I'm done in. And what I did on Monday was I couldn't really do anything. I couldn't really focus on anything. I was really sort of like I wasn't quite myself. It was really distracting, and I just couldn't really think. So I played Minecraft all day, right?
Minecraft all day.
And like I remember finishing that day, going, just feeling like awful, just going, oh god. So I think it kind of comes with age as well, where
you have more stamina and ability to recover when you're young.
But also just like, you know, I spent the whole day on Minecraft and going just like I didn't really achieve anything there. Whereas I don't think the youth ask themselves that very often. Do you know what I mean? Like,
well, they do not.
No. So I played Minecraft. Probably wasn't all day, but for a very long time, and I just kind of thought it was such a wasted time. But I didn't really feel like doing anything else, so I kind of felt okay about doing it. But I feel like if I had a day off, like a normal day off work, and I wasn't ill, I wouldn't have done it. But I just think I certainly probably was addicted at one point. But that episode on Monday where it just makes me feel like, you know what, playing games for anything. I like a gaming window between 2 and 4 hours. For me.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I must admit, even with them on a full day off, I have a case. Let's be honest, right? I have I have to admit, I have played Yakuza for a full day at some points in time. You know, I can't deny that has happened.
Right.
But
I think. Go ahead, Stu.
I was going to say, but generally, I tend to be with Chinny. I might play for maybe 2 or 3 hours in the morning, then go and do something else, and then maybe play another couple of hours in the afternoon, and then
that's
sort
exactly.
of finish.
And that's the way I've done it. I've not been, I mean, look, the extreme cases are the people who get. There's another condition called gaming thrombosis, where like you get clots in your leg and you can die. That happens. People play for like 12 hours without moving, or they play, these gaming marathons for 3 days straight. That's not healthy. And, I have a job where I have to walk around a lot, so I'm lucky in that regard. But even on the weekends, like I'll take a break, I'll walk my dog, I'll, do this, I'll do that. That's a matter of just making adjustments in your life in order to be healthy mentally and physically. Now, don't get me twisted. I am not the, bastion of health. You don't look at Duke and go, I want to be healthy like that guy. But at the same time, I meditate every morning with Diane. I drink water by default. I don't drink a lot of soda. I eat fruit and salads once in a while. So, it's not all or nothing. I think a lot of people think of life as being like, it's all or nothing. I'm going to be totally extreme Mountain Dew chugging Monster Energy gamer. Yeah. Or I'll be a boring dork. Well, you know what? There's a lot of options in between those two extremes.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think, if somebody's younger listening to this, going, well, I game.
Get your life together, kids.
I game easily 4 hours. That's a small session. And it's like, well, I used to be like that. I used to definitely sort of be, I can game for. I remember playing Alan Wake in one go, which was 12 hours.
I loved Alan Wake.
Not what we're talking about. Shoot, move on. So
I know, but you mentioned it. I'm just saying, I love it.
It's a good opportunity to talk about Alan
It
Wake.
is a good opportunity to big up games that Duke hates.
Yeah. I woke up this morning. Wake, Alan Wake, brilliant.
Alan Wake.
So
was there some heavy rain outside?
I see what you do. So like I think as you do get older, you do start questioning like, well, this isn't the best use of my time. I think for me, I have fads and phases of like, well, this week it's not as busy, or even if like, at work it's really, really busy, so I want to not think about stuff. So to not think about stuff, I switch my brain off and do something else. It's kind of like an escape.
And I also think that one thing that happens when we get older is we start to recognize the negative consequences of stupid behavior. When we're younger, I think it's so easy to be like, well, I had a crazy night and now I'm paying for it the next morning. And, after 3 years of that, you just start going, how do I want to feel on Saturday morning? Yeah. Maybe I don't want to spend my Saturday for 6 hours after I wake up just being fucking miserable. And if I drink a little less on Friday night, it's possible to achieve that goal. That's called getting old.
It is, and also obviously self-control.
Yeah.
Self-control. There you go. That's pretty interesting news. There is some other news, though, that I'd like to mention, so that's not the only
the news right now is that Marine Le Pen is leading in the exit polls, which is just like, no, please.
Whatever that means.
You don't know who Le Pen is?
Why would we? We don't live in America.
What?
We don't live in America, do we? Why
it's
would
in
we?
France, dingus.
Oh, well, who cares about France? We don't care about French.
It's literally next door to you.
Yeah.
I don't even know fascists in France. How's that going to affect me?
The relationship between Britain and France is
tenuous
quite,
at best.
Yeah, I know you hate France, and you should.
So we take no notice. Take no notice of what's going on in France.
What's the next?
What else is on the news?
The Trump administration.
Are you sending a telegram?
Yeah, Morse code.
The Trump administration proposed a tax on essentially all products, which could mean a 25% tariff on games consoles imported from China.
Well, of course, because everything from China is getting tariffed right now.
So there you go. So you might end up having to pay an extra 25% on your games consoles.
Well, on my console. When was the last time I bought a fucking console? And
last week.
You, but it might affect a lot of people who listen to the show.
We don't care about them. We care about me.
And when you do buy a console, you don't fucking play it anyway.
Yeah, what's the point?
So who cares?
Yeah.
He was bemoaning not having a decent racing game, yet he's got an Xbox One and could be playing Forza Horizon.
That's right. What is that noise?
I'm just sending Morse code.
So yeah, what do you
it's
think?
a keyring. It's a keyring that's running out of battery, and it's like a Mario question mark thing. But it's run out of battery. So when I press it, it sounds like Morse code. I like it.
It does. I like it. There you go. So what do you think anyway? Do 25% on everything?
I think that this is the natural consequence of Donald Trump being an idiot and saying things like trade wars are easy to win. And if this is what it takes to get people to recognize that Donald Trump is terrible at his job, great. My job becomes letting people know how to connect these dots. Because he's going to go, China's being unfair. But it's not. It's China being perfectly sensible. I mean, China's being unfair in some ways with regards to, for instance, how they treat their workers and how they're artificially inflating their currency. But China's just
do you want a cheap console or not?
China's just doing what makes sense if we start a trade war. That's what countries do. You start a war with me, I'm going to fight that war with you. Duh. And Donald Trump's pretending like he's going to be the hero of the working class when actually he's just pitting one group of working people against another. He just announced $16 billion of subsidies to farmers. Why? Because they're getting destroyed in this trade war. But a lot of farmers are like, well, I believe he's fighting for us. No, he's really not. He doesn't care about you.
Yes, and in addition to that, he's blacklisted Huawei. The phone manufacturers, hasn't he? So they can't have Google updates or anything anymore. So everyone's like, my phone's busted.
Right.
So yeah, he's doing a lot of shit. And Theresa May's finally resignated. Thank God, resigned from her post.
I wonder if he eats Chinese food.
Yeah, I wonder if he does.
No, he
ordered chop suey,
taco bowls, and Kentucky Fried Chicken. You know that when sports teams come to the White House,
McDonald's.
He's always got just like. I thought it was a one-time thing, and then he looked stupid and he stopped doing it. Nope. I saw another video where some women's team of, athletes came by and they were staring at the fucking Big Macs in their hand. Like, what the fuck? This is supposed to be the greatest celebration ever. He's giving me stuff I could buy at the. Everything's so broke.
You should do this. The Slicer says. He says, Chinny, can you build Trump's wall? But I think you should do it, dude. Build a big wall across the whole of Minecraft. I think you should do it. Divide it in two. Go for it.
No, thank you.
Yeah, it does. I
might put a wall through the middle of
Duke's Village.
New Timor.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't been to New Timor in weeks. You can do whatever you want to New Timor, to be honest.
Yeah, wall it off, man. Stop that immigration.
I'm in Springfield now, baby.
I'll put a wall through Springfield.
Yeah,
I knock it down. Go do your worst.
I'll build it. I will build it again.
Yeah, I'll build it again. Stop those people coming over. Right. Yeah, we're taking a weird turn. Right, it's time for some emails. Bug in the news. Let's do this.
Okay, here comes the email. All right. Oh, yeah.
Whoa, that ruled. First email this evening is from Lewis, and he says, "This hi veterans.
Hey.
Hope you are all fine as normal.
I'm fine.
I'm finally into my half-term holiday week. I am so pleased to be done with half of my exams.
Congratulations.
All right.
They're going well, and thank you to everyone who wished me well. It means a lot. So Mum gave me the Xbox back for a week. You see, he's being sensible, kind of via Mum, not gaming while he's doing his exams. So that's good. Farming Simulator.
You were a real addict game during your exams.
Yeah, you had cold sweats and stuff for the first week. Farming Simulator time. Firstly, the new game is so much better than 2017. This time, there's terraforming, new tractors, and a bunch of other stuff. You can now build your own farm exactly how you would want it, and everything looks and runs so much better. So there you go. Are you interested, Duke, in a bit of a farming simulator?
No, I tried to play one once upon a time. This was back when I had Windows on my Mac, but it looked like a nightmare. It just way too complicated, graphics intensive, which is stupid for a farming game.
Yeah, you want it to look cool, man. Why would you want it? It's got to look like a proper farm. What's the matter with you? Anyway, also, Minecraft has been a big part of the last week. Haven't been playing any games at all since the exams began, but the other day in DT, not sure what DT stands for. I'm trying to remember what DT might be. Downtime? Don't know.
Detox?
Detox. After a 2-hour, 15-minute English exam, we all got out our phones and played some Minecraft together.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's still playing it all of the time, and I can't wait to get back on it again. So anyway, no big question for now, because I literally couldn't think of one. So that's it from me for now. Have a great week, and bye to everyone.
Bye. Thank
Bye,
you.
Lewis. Thank you.
Bye, Lewis.
Stuff. Thanks, man. You rock.
Well, hi, Lewis. Next one is of Geza42.
Geza.
And he says this, pizza.
Yes.
Pizza. Hello to the veteran video gamers. I
Hello.
want to tell you about something that has nothing to do with video games, and that is pizzas. And I know how the Chinster loves a good pizza.
I do.
So my missus bought me an Uni pizza oven for my birthday.
Oh, wow.
And for the past 2 weeks, for the past 2 weeks, we have had pizza for tea every night. And
Wow.
it is like, that's how good this thing is. So if you ever thought of getting a pizza oven, I would highly recommend an Uni oven. I might die of high cholesterol and my blood might struggle to flow through my clogged up veins, but fuck it. You have to die of something. Anyway, Mustache My Pizza is going cold. Have a great day, Geza42.
Make our pizza as big as some countries. How much pizza do you think we can chow? More than our parents would ever allow. We're gonna make a masterpiece of pizza. A work of art like the Mona Lisa. It's gonna be hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently it's design and technology DT, by the way.
Yeah, I'm just looking at this Uni.
Well, I
thing.
have one of these. This is what I have, Chinny.
Oh, yeah.
So I've had mine for over a year, and I bought a gas converter this year, and so I have gas now, and it is amazing.
You have gas.
Love it. I have a gas.
So if I came round yours for
Yeah.
I bring some chicken.
Oh, that's so racist. Why are you guys little black girl with chicken?
So if I came
Anyway.
round yours,
Yes.
and you was having some sort of gardener party,
Yes.
I could try said oven.
You could, and the pizzas are as good as, if not better than, a takeaway pizza, in my opinion.
You know, I was having this discussion today
So good.
with Tara. I would rather have a fresh pizza from like you know, like a Morrison's or a Sainsbury's.
Yeah. Sainsbury's. Tesco.
than a Domino's now.
Really? So why? What is the reasoning with that?
The fucking price is ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
I'm not somebody who's like stingy. I don't sometimes look at price, but then I look at Domino's prices and I'm like, fucking hell, that's loads. And then I look at a price of a fresh pizza. I went to Sainsbury's, got like a small Sainsbury's. Went there, it was like £2 or something for this fresh pizza. It was lovely. There was nothing wrong with it.
Right, okay. To put it into perspective, if you make your own, it's even cheaper.
Yeah, but there's time as well, which is not cheap.
Yeah, well, there isn't. You see, because I've got all this thing figured out, you see. So I have a bread maker. So I literally just shove all the ingredients in there to make my dough. No, literally, you're just putting fucking yeast, water, oil, and stuff. What? What's the matter with you?
How many years did you spend training? That's time that I don't have.
You don't need to train to stick bread dough in a bread maker.
No, not doing that.
Why?
Because you've seen my kitchen. I've got enough shit in it. I don't need
Yeah,
a
I
bread
guess.
maker.
Anyway.
How do you have fresh bread?
Bread maker works really well, so I use that to make my dough. Sometimes I do a slow fermentation dough. So you just make the dough, stick it in the bottom of your fridge for 2 days. And that's great because it's really, really like crispy when it comes out. But if I just want quick, I just shove it in the bread maker, make a batch of dough, and then you just roll that shit out, man. Stick your toppings on, bit of cheese, tomato, pesto, whatever you want on it. Shove it in the oven. 2 minutes later, perfect pizza.
I have found a new love for pesto.
Yeah.
Pesto's nasty.
I love pesto.
I love pesto. It's great. Just drizzle a bit on your pizza. Tasty.
Give me pizza. Add some tacos. Ole!
Pizza. All I think of when I hear that is virtual pizza. That's all I think of now.
Sure.
P-I-Z-Z-A. So look, unis are great. They're not cheap though. Like, just
200 quid.
Yeah, 200 quid for an uni. Gas converter was 60. Then you need your gas bottle, which is
I
another
can get
60
half
on top.
a fucking Oculus Quest for that.
Yeah, then I bought a bread maker, which is probably another 40, 50 quid. No, but when they've had everything up, you could probably buy an Oculus Quest.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
For my setup. But brilliant. Honestly, you can just make pizza after pizza with the gas. It's just awesome. So, yes, Geza, awesome. Totally agree. Yeah, right. We've got next email is off from Derek Hines. He says, "Get ahead, get a hat." Hello, veteran gamers.
Hello.
I was thinking about headwear and hats, and after watching the reviews for a recent game release, Days Gone, I don't wear any sort of hat myself, but do own a cloth flat cap. I'm still not sure why I bought it. Look, Derek, I'm not sure why you bought it. Just saying.
Because he wanted to look like what Chinny thought you looked like.
Probably wanted to look like someone from Yorkshire. Oh, sorry, Lewis. The bandana-wearing main character of Days Gone reminded me a lot of a less beefier version of the Gears of War characters. Yeah, I kind of agree. He does have that look, doesn't he? The main guy in Days Gone.
Oh yeah.
There are lots of other games that involve the wearing of hats, but I was wondering if any of the veteran gamers ever sported a hat of any kind when out and about. So, have you
I
ever
feel
worn
like
a
Derek
hat?
is running out of ideas for questions.
No. He's just getting to the good stuff now. What about hats?
Yeah. Team Fortress 2, that's what made gaming hats famous. But in real life, Duke hats, you ever wear a hat?
I have 2 hats that I wear on a regular basis. This time of year, I mostly wear my East Timor baseball cap. And then when I wear a suit or it's wintertime and I got my coat on, I will wear a fedora because it has these awesome earmuffs. I mean, they're not earmuffs. They're like, it's like a flap that folds down, and then it keeps my ears toasty warm. And if worn with a suit, I know fedoras get a lot of stick. People are like, "Oh, tip my fedora, my lady." But that doesn't mean it's a bad hat. It just means that it's often worn by idiots. So if you wear a suit and you wear a black suit, you put a fedora on top of that, you can look all right.
Well, you know what they say, Duke. If the cap fits.
Yeah, exactly.
If the cap fits, you're an idiot.
No, that's you ascribing idiocy to a certain article of clothing. That's dumb. Anybody can wear any article of clothing if they want. If you're going to oversimplify and judge people based on what article of clothing idiots often wear, that's you being doofus.
Well, usually baseball caps and fedoras in my sort of experience. Anyway, Ginny, what about you? Hats in real life?
I do wear hats.
I don't think I've ever seen you wear a hat.
No, I don't. You know what? I probably haven't worn a hat for 2-3 years. But I used to wear them when I was growing my hair.
Right. I've never seen you with a hat on.
But I used to be known as the guy with the hat when I worked at the Express and Star, the local newspaper. I always used to wear a hat because I used to run out of the house, wake up 5 minutes before I leave, and not be able to do my hair and just put a hat on.
So you stick a hat on.
Yeah.
So is it a baseball cap? Is that what it was?
That was like a woolly hat.
Or like a beanie?
You know what? I can tell you the last time I wore a hat.
Oh.
It was
exactly?
bonfire night.
Oh.
And it was an American woolly hat.
There you go.
With the American flag on there.
As for me, I only ever wear hats in the winter. So I never wear a hat in the summer really. I know I should do sometimes, but I don't. So I tend to wear the hats with the flaps. Flaps that cover your ears. Look like a complete dickhead, an idiot, as you would say, do. So that's kind of what I wear. Years and years ago, I went on holiday and I bought, like a floppy cricketer's hat. Hats that cricketers wear when they're playing cricket. I bought one of those to go on holiday.
Interesting.
I know, yeah. But that's a long, maybe I'm guessing possibly 20 years ago. Yeah. But on holiday, I do have like a hat with a brim that I take on holiday. I'm old. All right, just old.
Cool.
So yeah, hats aren't necessarily my thing. Okay, thank you, Derek. Oh, he does. There is more. Sorry, by the way.
Topic.
He says, I'm not talking about things like hooded sweatshirts, but a separate piece of headwear, yeah. Baseball cap, top hat, fedora, cloth cap, who knows what piece of finery lurks in the closets of the veteran gamers. Cheers, Derek. So there you go. Thank you, Derek. And the last email this evening is from Peter Robson, and he says this: truth, please. It doesn't seem very well
podcast if you're looking for truth.
I know, yeah. It doesn't seem very well reported that game sales currently for full release titles are dominated by disc-based sales. Last year's best-selling game, FIFA 19, sold 75% in physical copies. Yet to promote a narrative that is a dying format, they're linking all that stuff you can't even buy physical disc, for example, DLC, loot boxes, pointless phone games. All the crap on Steam I forget about. I mean, what has buying Candy Crush boosters really got to do with console gaming? Yet it's all counted and spewed out like some sort of facts. I currently have 3 TV subscription services I pay for, but none of my 3 favourite programmes are included unless you pay a near £2 premium for each of the 140 plus episodes. Not hard to see why Xbox and Google are pushing propaganda for a digital future. What a bunch of CU. So, what do you think? What do you think? Basically, what Peter's saying is they're going, oh, yeah, it's all digital, digital, digital. But in actual fact, it's not digital at all. And 75% of stuff is still being bought on disc.
I haven't bought a disc since Red
See,
Dead.
Chinny's converted. This is hard for Chinny because he buys everything digital now. He
Yeah.
buys a disc.
I saw my good friend Marsh today. And he said, how many physical games do you have? And I said to him about 5.
Yeah.
And he said, I have quite a few. And I opened his little cupboard thing, moved the dildo aside.
move the rabbit.
And yeah, like and he bought the last game that he bought was Far Cry New Dawn on disc. And I think because it's cheaper, you get like better value for money on the discs.
And you can trade them in. I'm selling 2 games on eBay as we speak.
So as long as there's a benefit, whether it be price or trading, there will always be discs. So if there's a benefit, they'll still exist and still sell.
Or if there's always discs, then there will be trading. I mean, it's a chicken or the egg type of thing.
Yeah, but I think
I never thought I'd give up my discs, but now the games are so much cheaper on the PC. I just
I think the benefit is the price, right? So people go, oh, it's cheaper, right?
Right.
And as soon as the Xbox and Sony clock onto that and go, actually, if we just not rip people off, because a digital download should be cheaper than a disc.
But it's not. I mean,
but it's not because they rip you off.
It's like 50 quid.
For the disc itself.
I know.
You're paying for the distribution of that. You're paying for the development.
We know.
Game.
We all know, right? That's ridiculous. That's not what my argument. But if Sony and Microsoft like stop trying to rip everybody off, all right? Because everybody's.
But I don't think they are. I don't think that's what they're doing.
Well, they're ripping people.
But no, if you look, when you bought Far Cry 5 the first week on disc, and I bought it on Steam, we paid the same price, even though I had it digitally and you had it on disc.
But what you've got to understand is, not on Steam, on consoles, games are more expensive.
I don't think they are.
So digital, they are. They're like 59
but also, like the cost of that game physically should be more. Because,
it should.
Because there's a box, there's a production, it's been shipped to the
like
show.
2 cents worth of plastic and whatever the CD is made out of.
But it's,
and there's labour on top of that.
There's stored, it's there.
Yeah, there's someone there, there's a building it has to go into.
For them to put a file on a server and you download it costs nothing. So there should be
but the vast look, 98% of the cost of developing a game and getting it to us is the making of the game. It's filming all the stop motion and designing the world, and that's what we're mostly paying for.
Yeah,
that is true. But I agree with Chinny. It should still be cheaper.
It feels like
it should be $1 cheaper, or a quid cheaper.
Right? Okay, Drew. You're not telling me that the cost of producing a box, a little insert, transport, building where you're storing it, all that kind of stuff costs just $1 per game.
A 60th of the price, sure.
But the other thing is, as well, is you can flip it the other way, right? And you can go, well, what you're paying for is to give more money to the developer, or the immediacy of the download to have it instantly.
Right, sure. You're paying for convenience, yeah.
You're paying for convenience. But anyway, back to my point, right? The discs will still be around if there is a good reason to buy them. And at the moment, the good reason to buy them is value and value. Value when you buy it, value when you sell it. And we'll always have discs until that fucks off. It might fuck off this generation. It might fuck off next month. It might fuck off in 10 years, but it will eventually go because as soon as the benefits are gone. And
I mean, CD stores are basically gone. Spotify, yes. I haven't bought an album in years
because there's no benefit to
everything. That's not true.
No.
There's a couple things that aren't on Spotify, but they're few and far between.
There is the other reason, Duke, is because it's a subscription service, so value for money as a proposition is way better than having CDs that you're paying £10 each for.
Right. So what I'm saying is, eventually, on live will be the way we game.
Yeah, but then at the moment, as Chini's pointing out, it's not a value proposition at the moment because it's not cheaper or more beneficial to buy games digitally than it is to get them on thing.
Right, but that's because we haven't gotten to that point as an industry. I believe that
I agree.
We'll have a Spotify for video games where all the games are on one service.
We'll work it out. We're in the sort of early noughties phase where music was when you know
CDs were becoming MP3s.
What was the download site on music?
Napster.
What was it? Napster. Yeah, and Napster and LimeWire and all that shit. We're kind of in this phase where no one knows how it's going to go.
Yeah,
and the difference now is that the production companies are clinging to their properties in a way that record companies didn't for whatever reason.
Because it's the third time round. It's happened to music. It's happened to movies.
And I guess to be fair, you know, look, we have Netflix, but not everything's on Netflix. So you know, there's HBO, there's Hulu, there's the market for movies is splintered in the way the video game markets are. And so we may end up in a situation where I don't know how long that's going to last with movies. You know, it's interesting that music went to like 90% of the music you could ever want to listen to is on Spotify.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Movies is an interesting because there still are DVDs.
Yeah.
They still sell.
And there's a reason to have DVDs. I'm amazed that there aren't commentaries on Netflix.
I miss commentary. I really do. I love it.
I mean, not all of them were great. In fact, probably 3 out of 10 were really worth my time. But those 3 were great. I loved hearing them.
Yeah, I mean, the interesting thing for me, and I think this is what's going to be telling this year, is what Stadia and Google decide to do.
Yeah.
As their pricing or structure, for selling games, and if they
and how many good games that they bring in from AAA developers.
Yeah, possibly that as well. But also, I think if they go down a subscription route, I think that could be a game changer.
I think Stadia will be a subscription route. Absolutely.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what they do. Okay, let's move on.
Moving on.
That is the last email, so it's time to do some shout-outs and get the hell out of here.
It's time for a shout-out. Hey!
So we'll go with Chinny first this week. Let's let Chinny do his thing.
So my shout-out would be to the people that watch and play me every Thursday on the snooker stream. Still getting people in. Still keep people watching me and all that stuff.
Go ahead.
So all good. And what else should I shout out? Oh yeah, the internet for not
the whole thing
for not spoiling Endgame. I didn't get Endgame spoiled to me at all, and I can't really say that about Red Dead 2 because I had that spoiled for me. But
I mean, it's so pathetic how some people are like, I'm going to be a troll and just spoil the thing people don't want spoiled. Nah. How sad must that person's life be?
Well,
there you go. But I was going to say I watched Endgame, and I'm not a massive fan of the Marvel movies, but I was like blown away by how cool that was.
Okay. I've still got to see it. I haven't had it spoiled yet.
No.
But I was going to say the other thing you've got to be careful of. It's not only stuff like that, but it's bloody clickbait. So people will put news stories with a picture of something revealing just so you'll click on it.
I think
so. I had to be so careful.
The people who don't realize that they may be spoiling something, they insist over and over again. No, it's not a spoiler. No, it's not a spoiler. I think we can all agree those people just suck.
Yeah, all right. I get where you're
I shout out Dave Bing, because Dave Bing, I played him. I think I played him last week. I'm not sure if I played him this week. On the snooker thing. That's how he found us, and he's been listening to the whole show tonight.
Wow. Coolly.
You have my condolences.
You do. Right, I'm going to go next. I'm going to shout out Gareth Braint. Gareth Braint, who's been in the chat all night.
He also found us through snooker.
Snooker. Yeah. He said during the chat he's just started playing The Witcher 3. Now, that's a game I thought would hate, but wow, I'm impressed. You know why? Because it's a fucking quality game, that's why. So
it's a good game, but it's not a great game.
Oh, shut up. But Gareth, I'm with you. It is an impressive game.
You don't have a sound effect of my favourite game, Duke.
I know. What's that? Snooker? Two balls clacking together.
No.
I think you're talking about Call of Duty.
Yeah, there you go. Love that game.
Again.
No.
You're talking about Red Dead 2?
No, Gears of War. Gears of War, that's what he's talking about.
No.
What game are you talking about?
My favourite game ever. You don't... Do you two know my favourite game ever?
5?
No.
I don't know. I thought it was GTA.
No, not GTA at all.
Red Dead 1?
No.
Red Dead 1? No.
Favorite game ever?
Is it
Just
Rockstar?
Dance? Is this a joke?
No.
Wow.
No to those two things.
San Andreas. Is it a GTA game?
No.
No, it's not Rockstar then.
No.
Not Snooker.
It's not Rockstar.
Portal?
No.
No.
I'm getting so offended right now.
Well, I know, right? But that's because you don't talk about it enough, I guess.
Obviously, you just
Give us
talk
a
about
hint.
Rockstar.
Is the developer a giveaway? Could you tell us the developer?
Let's be honest, Ginny, right? You've done some graphics and you've got a fucking Rockstar t-shirt on and Rockstar socks.
Never
So
mind
why
that.
would you think it was anything else?
That's his favorite developer, but his favorite game could be something else. Pac-Man, Donkey Kong. How many words are in the title?
3.
Is it a sequel?
Yes.
So there's a number in the title. One of the words is a number.
No.
No.
What?
What? Are you sure? Just a minute. Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, it's 3 words.
Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, that's it. Ginny, that's got it.
No.
3 words in the title. Gears of War.
No.
Who's the developer?
That would give it
You've
away.
got to give us something.
Antonio's got it.
First letter of the first word.
Antonio got it.
Mario World.
What did he say?
Super Mario
World. Nintendo,
Super
isn't it?
Mario World. You're right. No, I do have one of those. Hang on a second. Here's the sound clip from that.
I just fell on my bottom into some butterscotch.
So there you go. I'm looking out for you, Chinny. You don't remember that in Super Mario World? You must not really love that game.
No, I'm not a
You're
fan.
such a liar. You don't love that game at all.
Yeah, really.
You're so
Can't
funny.
believe it. 10 fucking years.
Yeah, but let's be fair. We don't talk about that game that often.
I
so.
played I played all these Mario games for like 24 hours.
No, whatever. That's only once a year. And then I only have one more quick shout out to Jay, who sent us a great email last week and sent us a picture on Twitter of him sat in a traffic jam listening to us.
Yes, he did.
So thank
So
you.
we're not miserable enough from the traffic jam. Why not turn our annoying voices on?
Exactly. And he's going backwards because I can't remember, but it's something like episode, I don't know, 465 or something he's listening to.
I reckon we should invite him on episode 500.
Yeah, let's do that. That's not far. 10 episodes to go.
How about that, Jay?
Yeah, Jay, come on and say hello. Yeah, Jay.
Yeah, Jay.
Shouting your name, Jay. Don't crash your car, Jay.
Yeah, Jay.
Yeah, Jay. Watch out for that car in front of you. Ah!
Don't pick your nose next to somebody in a traffic jam, Jay. They're watching you.
Yeah, Jay. Talking to you, Jay.
Oh, you got one?
I don't know. Chitty, it's you. Go.
Yeah,
is it you?
No, Duke's got a sound effect.
Oh.
There you go.
Brilliant.
There you go.
Worth it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Totally worth it. Yeah. Anyway, is it Chinny now? I can't remember. I've lost track.
No, Chinny's already gone.
Oh yeah, it's Duke. That's it. It's you. Duke, go.
All right, here we go. I'm not just playing around with these sound effects. Wow, that's a cool sound effect.
Oh my god.
And now here's the swimming sound effect.
Jesus Christ. Do we have to
There's a vine growing.
Is this really a thing that's happening right now?
Yoshi runs away.
All right. Do you know what, Duke? Just do your shout outs, for God's sake.
All right.
You know what, though? Like, seriously, I could have listened to more of that. That was really entertaining.
You probably could.
My next shout out is to Yoshi swallowing. Here's Yoshi swallowing without the coin sound.
What the fuck is that? Just do your shout outs.
All right, fine. Here's my shout out to Magic Koopa's Beam. Okay, shout outs for real. Antonio, as always. Shout out to everybody who's listening and watching, especially those watching, because I think that I want to shout out Jamie, who did the animation, because they look awesome. And cheers to Chinny for getting them set up so he can swap them in and out quickly. And shout out to the Duchess, because she made some awesome rhubarb bars. And I don't really like rhubarb, but those bars were pretty tasty. I had one, and I'm going to have more. And I made some banana bread. Hallelujah, we have banana bread. I will shout out the dog, because my dog has got a cute head, even though it's very big. And I'll shout out my students, because they're driving me crazy right now. But one of them just gave me this bag of gifts. It was so nice. She was at a bookstore in her hometown, and she saw this mug, and she said it reminded me of her of me. And it says, "I teach for the fame and the money." And I was like, yes, that's the best mug ever. And she gave me this little handwritten note, and it was sealed with a wax seal. I have never actually opened a letter with a wax seal on it.
She obviously knows you way too well.
Guess so.
Wow.
So that was a first in my life. That was pretty cool.
And I bet you were impressed, were you?
I really needed it. You know, I needed it because we had our Amnesty International meeting, and I was talking all about the history of Haiti, which is depressing. So I was real sad. And then she walks in, and like 2 minutes later, legit hands me this gold bag filled with gifts. And I was like, damn, I can't handle these emotional extremes, just swinging one to the other. So that was great. So cheers to that student. She knows who she is. She'll never hear this, but she's the one who tweeted her grade on her independent project as soon as she got it back. And then she tagged me like, "High five, Mr. P." I was like, that's weird. Is that what students do now? They tag their teachers on a grade? Okay.
Sure.
Maybe. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Go figure. So anyway, I love my students. It's a great job.
There you
The end
go.
of my shout outs. Are we done with
Done.
everything?
Yeah, we're done.
We have one last thing we need to hear.
Oh.
It's the Twitter song.
Hit it!
Saw a pretty girl just the other day. She winked and she smiled, walked across my way. I couldn't figure out just what to say, so I twittered it. Twittered it.
Right.
Wait, from Super Mario sound
Yeah.
effects. Way to go, Chinny. Now you got me ding-a-linging on these sound effects all day.
That's all right. They make me happy, these sounds.
Well, okay then. I like to make you happy.
We all like to make Ginny happy.
Yeah. Dragon.
Actually, by the way, I should have maybe shouted out Millie as well for not allowing me to upload a photo to Twitter because I didn't ask her. I just did it.
Yeah, that's a good parenting right there.
It is. It is good parenting right there.
Tell us whose whistle this is.
Oh, that's he's like a footballer. Yeah, he whistles. He's under the water and he whistles all these other fish. It's like
His two names start with the same letter.
Oh,
it's probably K.
Nope. It's a
is it
C.
C? Yeah.
Yep.
Is this really a thing we're doing right now?
They have two different sounds. So no, wait, no, they don't. Never mind.
I don't know. I've never known what they've been called.
Oh, his name is Chargin' Chuck.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, he's like a football player, and he charges you.
I don't know. It just says Chargin' Chuck's whistle.
Yeah, there you go.
Charging Chuck shit at you.
And here's what it sounds like. Caped Mario gains altitude.
Yeah, I think we really need to go, by the way, people.
When a bubble pops, here's what it sounds like.
Yep, let's go.
That's not a bubble popping. That's the worst sound effect ever. That sounds like a piece of paper being cut in half.
I think we need to go.
Here's what it sounds like when Bowser rains fire.
Okay, Duke, I'm going to have to step in as well.
Yeah.
Don't know if this is what people
All right, we're going
want
to fly away like Bowser.
Oh, no.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Oh, I'm supposed to play that song, huh?
Uh-huh.
Won't you?
Why don't you? Why don't you?
Just switch off the television set and go and do something less boring instead. Sitting at home, watch TV, turn it on, so good to me. Why don't you?